Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of XenoChat. I'm one of the hosts, Tyler, along with my co-host, Justin.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode.
Yes, welcome. All right, we have a few returning and one new guest today. Returning with us is Mary.
Hello.
And David.
Hey.
All right, and our newest guest is Chris.
Hello.
Welcome. So, today is a special episode. We're going to be talking about everyone's favorite combat android, KOS-MOS.
True icon.
Yeah. So, before we go into that, we'll kind of go into our usual episode flow. So, first up, we'll go into news. So, I didn't really, since the last time we recorded, because this is our third week in a row that we recorded. The only other news I could find recently was that with the new Animal Crossing game, New Horizons, Microsoft did work on that.
Did they really?
Yeah, it's on their. Yeah,
I think it's the same team who helped with Splatoon and New Leaf as well, so they're consistent with that.
No wonder you guys are all obsessed with it. Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm at like a.
No, I don't know I don't know what you're talking about. Every day I'm not posting outfits all over the Discord.
Actually, let's see. How many hours am I at?
Yeah,
I'm at 175 plus hours. Yeah.
Oh
that game was out just 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Dang, you guys are going hard on this.
My boyfriend has over 220 hours.
I don't know how many hours I have, but I do know I'm obsessed with it and play every day.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah, we at XenoChat are obsessed with Animal Crossing.
But it's our way of partying like anyone else in the world right now. It's a way of meeting up, partying, searching items, doing stupid shit together in the game.
Yeah, honestly, that game couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah.
They saw the future. Monolith saw the future, and they're like, we need to release it in March.
Yeah, they had a vision. They had a short vision.
Yeah, right?
Well, I know we kind of talked about it last episode, but I don't know if you guys wanted to discuss it as well, because the Xenoblade Definitive Edition got a release date.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Did you all pre-order the collector's set? Or
it was hard
on Best Buy.
It was hard because at
I
first
know some people weren't able to.
Yeah, at first I was having trouble securing a copy because thing is, you always have the US sites, they're always or almost always instantly or close to instantly release on their website. But the Canadian ones, they always follow a few days afterwards with absolutely zero notice. So there's a bunch of them that I missed out, and for a while it was full everywhere, and at some point eBay Games had one that reopened that was just click. So I managed to secure a copy. It was oh my god, this was stressful. But yeah, I secured one.
Awesome. Did anybody manage to get the European one?
That was the one I would have gotten if I could, and I couldn't find it. So I was like, nah, I'll just get the normal version.
Yeah, there's that, but there's also the question of would it be compatible? That's also the thing. I don't know if it's region free.
Oh, it is.
It is?
The Switch is region free, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it absolutely is region free.
Yeah, because I didn't jump on the American one fast enough, but since the European one looks like it has a little bit of a better set, that's kind of tempting to get.
Yeah.
It looks so much nicer.
Oh my goodness, they got treated.
Is that the one with the vinyl?
Yeah.
Yes, a vinyl.
God, I don't even have
Japan's
a record player and I want
that.
Although
it looks so good.
I'm still happy the American one still has the art book, though. I've always sold 2 art books. I love art books.
Yeah, the art books are nice. I think every Xeno game has shipped with an art book.
Yeah.
In the States.
Yeah, sometimes they have a few
Did
more
Xenoblade 2
things.
ship with one, or was it after?
The special edition had it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The original one had the small one that came with it. She pre-ordered. The special edition for Xenoblade Cross had one. Xenoblade 2 had one. And I guess Torna didn't really have one because it technically wasn't... Well, I guess it is a full release. It's one of those weird ones where it's kind of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Is there any other news that I might be overlooking?
I don't
Not
think
that I can
so.
think of.
I don't think, aside from the trailer and all that stuff, I'm not sure. What?
Oh, what?
I did. There were like some clarifications on Monolith's website about what specifically they changed in the remake and whatnot, but nothing big news-wise, honestly.
Oh, did they say anything specific or?
Kind of. They basically implied the main game is exactly the same, so like no extra voices for heart-to-hearts and whatnot. But other than that, it didn't really do anything too much. That one secret track is honestly the one thing that has me really excited right now, news-wise. I want them to officially reveal that and tell us what that's about. Please.
Yeah.
Please. I want this disco battle theme so bad.
Yeah, I'm wondering for that future connected how it's gonna play out.
I'm glad that they revealed that you could start it right away, because I'm probably going to do that.
I hope it's not too different of... Don't make the battle system too good and future connected, or I'm not gonna really, really, really want to go back and play the normal game after.
Just like they did with Torna.
Yeah.
Just like how they did with Torna.
Yeah.
Had that different battle system.
Torna is so much better.
Although
I love Xenoblade 2, but Torna
I
is
do
so
hope,
much better.
like, even if the game is mostly the same, like, I do hope that they do improve the battle system a tiny bit at least, because...
Even if it's just rebalancing.
Yeah, but also, like, the pacing of it, like, the old battle system was kind of a lot slower, like, and less flashy, kind of, so it'd be nice for them to add on to what was there, but with their new engine and stuff. It would be really nice.
I wonder if the Monado is still going to slow down the game frame rate wise whenever you use the
Oh, God.
But at the same time, like, I mean, I think back then it was also a lot of, like, that game was kind of demanding on the Wii's, maybe, so...
Yeah.
I think on the Switch we should be okay. I mean, Xenoblade 2 was okay, so, I mean, if they're making this for the Switch with what the Switch is capable of handling, I think it should be okay.
The real question, will handheld mode play okay?
Will it hold up? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played a lot of Xenoblade 2 in handheld mode, and yeah.
Yep, same
Could have
here.
been
It's
better.
not good.
Yeah.
Could have been
Torna
better.
is a little better, but
It
I'm
was.
hoping since it's an older game, and while it is a new engine, they maybe were able to work a little more with it. I know it's not your priority, Monolith, and the game comes out in like 2 months, but if you hear me, please make it look good in handheld mode. That's all I want.
Yeah. For sure. Because
Alright.
there's way you could, like, change it or tweak a bit the graphics so that it would not lower the quality, but it would just maybe lower a bit of the textures or the renders to make it less demanding on the console. Like Dragon,
In handheld mode, you play Xenoblade 3D.
yeah, but like Dragon Quest
Oh,
11 is a
God.
good example. They did a good job on making it stable. So
Oh god, yeah, that Dragon Quest 11 port is
yeah, it's really good.
awesome. Okay. Well, before we go into talking about KOS-MOS, Chris, since this is your first time on the podcast, would you like to go into your Xeno history with us?
Sure. So I think it was my freshman year of college, so like late 2014, early 2015. I had found, because Shulk was in Smash, I was like, who is this twink? And I looked into it, and I found LPs of Xenoblade, and I watched it and everything. I was like, And then I heard the new 3DS was coming out, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna buy that, which was a bad financial decision, but it was great. I played through all of Xenoblade, it was really, really fun, and it was cool. So then I watched an LP of Xenosaga shortly after. It was very confusing. I think Xenosaga is a better game to play than it is to watch. But I really enjoyed that too. X, I didn't, and I kind of fell off the series for a bit. And then Xenoblade 2 was coming around, and I was one of those people who was apprehensive. But then I got KOS-MOS early on, which is very on theme for this episode. She was the second Blade I got. I got her right as I was getting annoyed with the game, because Perun was my first Blade. And Perun's summoning cutscene is not a good way to get someone like me into the game. So getting her shortly after was very, very nice, and it made me really love the game. And I got to replay X recently, and I enjoyed that more. And also Xenosaga, which actually came at a very good time in my life. So I've got a very strong connection to that, more so than Blade. But, you know, I still like the series all as a whole. It's a pretty good series. I don't think I'd be here if I didn't like it. So,
Aw. We're happy to have you, and wow, you are lucky to get KO-S-MOS so early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grinded
God.
so freaking hard for her.
Took me
yeah,
100
I think they
hours.
knew. I think they had a feeling that, oh shit, he already picked. We gotta help him. Shit. Go.
That's like with me. Like I spoke about how when I got KO-S-MOS, it was after I got pissed off at the game, and I didn't play it for I think like a good week and a half or something like that. It was a while that I just stopped playing a game, and then the first crystal I opened was KO-S-MOS.
That's hilarious.
It's like you just gotta be mad at it. That's all.
You just gotta be mad at it. Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I was not mad
Is
at
that
it.
the secret?
I was like, I was
Mhm.
starting to be desperate of wanting her, but like I was not mad at the game. I loved the game hardcore, so that may be the problem.
Oh no,
played the
Perun
game, like,
Perun
3
made me
times.
very uncomfortable. Oh, David. Oh no. If it makes you feel better, I played through the game 7 times and only recently learned, Cassandra was my last grade. I didn't know you actually had to get her through a quest, so I replayed it 6 times so I could get her. So,
Oh,
Oh no.
that sucks.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying too much attention.
I played only once so far, but it's also because I have so many games in my backlog that I'm like, if I start a new game plus of this thing, I'm never coming out of that hole, so...
Xenoblade 2
there's-
built my backlog a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very time-consuming game. I mean, I still play it from time to time. I've actually only done one playthrough, but in that one playthrough, like, I have almost 300 hours into it because I just spent, like,
God.
almost 200 extra hours just screwing around and playing with the battle system and doing
Yeah,
extra quests,
I think-
maxing out affinities.
I think when I cleared the last boss, I had like 250 hours or something.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
like,
for the
I'm a
first time?
completionist at art, so I was doing a bunch of stuff. I was still not done with all the plays, of course. Obviously, I'm still not done, but yeah, I think right now
Yeah.
I'm over 300, but I'm not exactly sure how many.
Yeah, that game
Wow.
has so much content.
Post game's a lot more fun for me, at least, because like by that point you understand the battle system and like how it works, and then you actually
Mhm.
learn how to become effective at doing the affinity. So like I can get a lot done in that game in a pretty short amount of time because
Yeah.
I just spent so much time optimizing everything, and then that's when it becomes fun. But I mean, like I finished the game at around 90 hours, and it was a kind of a hit or miss experience for me. There's parts of it that I loved. It kind of came off like it kind of started off on the wrong foot with me, but then it got a lot better as I went along. And then by the end of it, I was like, you know what, I'm okay with this. And then once I got to post game, then I started to really appreciate the game.
Yeah.
I think I finished at like 60 hours, and I only finished so early because I saw a video on YouTube, and it was like the connection between Xenoblade 1 and 2. I was like, shit, no. So I had to rush and finish the game because spoilers were on the internet, and that's why I have to play Future Connected early, because it's probably going to be on the internet a week before release, and it's going to be a very
That's
painful week.
true.
Yeah, people keep spoiling stuff. Like I think FF7 remake spoilers are up right now because I
Yep.
think like some people got the copy early.
Yeah.
I think the whole movie is online, actually, of all the cutscenes. So,
Wow,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
That's fast.
that's insane.
Today, we are going to be talking about KO-S-MOS, everyone's favorite combat android. So, let's get started. KO-S-MOS was developed by Shion Uzuki and Kevin Winnicott to battle the Gnosis threat. She's basically become the series Xenosaga's mascot character in a way. Kind of how she kind of keeps the legacy alive. What are you guys' opinions on KO-S-MOS exactly?
She's my wife.
She's an icon.
But yeah, well, of course everyone's gonna say this probably, but she is a cool android, badass android, but aside from that, I think as a character she has a very interesting development, so like I really enjoy her as a whole, as a character, both design and character and badass levels, everything. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion about it.
I love her. She's great.
Yeah.
She's an icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her, and I love how, like, all of my stuff, like, my Xeno Shrine, the stuff that I'm displaying has her on it. Like, the books and
Same.
the games, and yeah,
Yeah.
she's just there. It's like the first thing I see when I walk into my room.
I do
It's
wish there was
wonderful.
more merge
Aw.
of the other characters of Xenosaga, though. Yeah.
Oh,
Same.
for a second, I thought you were gonna say, "I wish there was more KOS-MOS merch." But I was like, we're
Well, I don't
drowning
say
in
no to that
KOS-MOS merch.
either. I mean, I did pre-order the big
Oh, no.
KOS-MOS fig, so...
Yes, May. Yeah, this is one reason I hope to have this episode up by the time she releases in May. Hopefully, releases in May. I know that.
Oh, do you mean the refigure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I really
Yes.
wanted that one.
God,
I missed
yeah.
out on it.
Yeah, I think there's
Are the
still more.
pre-orders?
There's no more pre-orders. I think they closed recently.
Oh, dang!
It took a while,
But
but they closed like this week or the week before.
Oh, she looks so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have my
but
altar.
yeah.
She's pretty. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I wanted to get the altar, but I didn't. I was too slow at Katsukan to get her. But
I always
guess I could
wanted
always
the
order
altar,
one.
but nowadays it's so expensive. I was just like, yeah, I'll just like be satisfied with the new one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really love KOS-MOS too. I have all this merch of her, and it's hard because I know sometimes she kind of fits that archetype of like the android character that develops emotions, blah 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 blah. But I think a lot of it was I guess her relationship with Shion that really did it for me
Yeah.
as a character.
Oh yeah, honestly, I don't think you could even talk about KOS-MOS without talking about Shion and spoilers, to be honest. Like, I really don't think you can get into how just the complexities of her without Shion being there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, but I think one of the appeals of KOS-MOS is like the element of mystery to her.
Mhm.
Like right down to when she's first revealed in the original Xenosaga. It's like you're seeing KOS-MOS, but you don't even see her face for a while, right? It's just like there's so much mystery. Like, who's this robot? You know, and she's got a very visually striking design. Like her hair just kind of gets your attention right from the get go.
Yeah.
Like you look at
especially with those
KOS-MOS.
particle effects.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that was more pronounced in this. That was more pronounced in the second game, but like you look at KOS-MOS, and the first thing I notice is her hair, and just like it's just a very visually striking design, and I really enjoy it, and I like to see how it gets evolved as the game goes on, and as she learns new abilities too. I always thought that was really, really interesting how they did that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But also how she develops from being just an android with barely any emotion to what she becomes in Xenosaga 3 with more emotions and more understanding of like people's feelings and stuff, and I think that's also very interesting.
Right, because there's a lot that KOS-MOS needs to learn in terms of her own abilities, and also learning just what humans are, because especially early on, she doesn't quite grasp the idea that, like, she's a lot more powerful than most people out there.
Yeah.
She doesn't fully grasp the concept of death, even.
She's also very apathetic just in general early on.
Exactly, because it's all concepts that hasn't really been programmed into her. She doesn't really know she doesn't really know apathy. She doesn't even realize that she's being that way. She doesn't realize that she is potentially very dangerous to a lot of people. She's just following orders. And that's what she is in the first game. She's just a robot that's following orders, but
like a
is
reckless
learning
puppy.
about... Yeah, absolutely. And she's gradually learning about the world and the people in it as she goes along with Shion, and all this crazy stuff happens to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, especially in episode 1, when on the Wuglende, when she basically mows down Virgil just
Right.
because he was in the way,
Exactly.
and basically her goal is to protect Shion, and then that doesn't mean she basically can sacrifice people that are in her way that might, go against her mission.
she's a very logical thinker, and it makes sense. She's a robot, right? So most of her actions are going to be calculations.
Yep.
And
So,
you can even see the calculations as she's looking at Virgil. Like, you can see it's not like a human decision. It's just protocol to her, basically.
Mhm.
absolutely, yep.
Exactly.
And it's really interesting too because there's not very many there's not very many humanoid androids in Xenosaga.
Yeah.
Like discounting Realians and stuff. I think the database in 3 says it's pretty anachronistic for
there was a
there
discussion.
to be an android like KOS-MOS.
Yeah, I
There's
think there
even
was a
someone on the
discussion-
Woglende who says that.
Exactly. Yeah, they had a discussion about how that was.
Yeah, because
They're
at
like an
this point,
android in these days?
yeah, because at this point they already have the technology to pretty much make biologic copies of
Right.
human people or whatever, which is pretty much what realities are, as far as I know.
Right, which is
So
technically speaking more
technically,
advanced.
An android is like dinosaur technology to them.
Exactly, it's outdated technology. The Realians are technically far more advanced than anything KOS-MOS is, just on paper at the very least.
Yeah.
Do Realians follow Asimov's laws like the androids do? I wonder.
That I.
Not sure.
That's a
don't
good
know.
question, actually. I want to say no, because it seems like the Realians...
The realities, I think they have a bit more of their own wills and stuff.
Yeah.
Except maybe for
Whereas,
some
KOS-MOS
exceptions.
is purely logistical.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. While Realians, they have their own emotions and stuff from the get-go. They already have a emotion thing.
Yeah, I think the Realians tend to have a bit more free will.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, I hate to make a Mega Man comparison, but it's kind of like that in a few
Also,
ways.
it depends because also the combat Realians are pretty much sacrifice like toys if bad situations happens. Just, yeah. They have a bit more free wills, but I would say in some situations maybe they're just the same. I don't know.
But
They're disposable.
wouldn't the Realians make that decision on their own terms, though?
Yes and no, because remember when Virgil pressed the button to sacrifice them?
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, they have
That's
like
an override.
That's right. They do
Yeah,
have an
a command
override.
center of some kind, and I think they're connected via the UMN, which
Maybe, I think so.
KOS-MOS is connected to the UMN, but not in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in like a Zohar-y way.
Right.
Should we talk about the archetype
Oh my
of
gosh.
KOS-MOS? That is
Because
a
that-
horror story.
Yes, before we see the KOS-MOS at the beginning of the game, there was another KOS-MOS that was developed, and she went kind of out of control and killed a bunch of people, including one of the creators, Kevin, which was Shion's fiance at the time. And that scene in episode 1 is terrifying.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
But
That
knowing what I
really
know, I
is.
don't even feel bad.
yeah, me neither.
No,
but
well,
well, Shion does suffer from it though. But at the same time, it's still
Yeah.
kind of very scary. The fact that you just see KOS-MOS turning her head around like an
She's, like,
owl or
feral.
something.
Yeah, like janky movements. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
just the way she
jumping
moves
around.
is really creepy.
And pretty much smacking people away, or just running not even running, just walking in a very
pouncing.
intimidating manner toward the victims and stuff. But in the end, it's just Shion pretty much shoots her in the head to stop her, but she does destroy a whole helicopter before that.
Ooh, man, that's some big trauma for Shion. Ooh.
Yeah,
God,
it's crazy. It's like you lose your fiance, but you also lose your project, and your project also murdered a bunch of people. It's just
Yep,
yeah.
man.
But it's also because Utic activated her when she was not ready. But I think, if I remember right, there was something, I think, that told her to do this too, because I know everything was pretty much planned. So
Yeah.
So I actually had a
It was-
question about that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly I was just wondering, and apologies, this is going to be like big spoilers.
Whatever.
So,
This episode's gonna
Nick,
be spoiler.
go away. Go away, Nick. But so how much of that was KO-S-MOS just not being ready to operate, and how much of that could have possibly been the fact that Mary's body or Mary's subconscious was basically ripped out of heaven and translated into a robot body connected to cords and whatnot? Like, have you, in Evangelion, like, how the certain models just kind of react horribly under stress for spoiler reasons?
Yeah.
How much of it was that? How much of it was, like, an overwhelming amount of power? Like, overall, just, the archetype is horrifying. Like, especially with the piercing red eyes that just...
Yeah, I'm thinking it was probably intentional on like Testament, like Kevin's side, in order to instill this traumatic event on Shion to be used. But that is actually an interesting way to think about it as well. Though, like, that's something to think about.
I just had a thought about it.
That whole thing was all set up, though.
Yeah.
Right?
But not necessarily on her part, is what I mean. Not Shion, on Mary's part. Because in terms of Mary's involvement with that, it's entirely non-consensual. She's not a part of that plan.
No, she's not. It was mostly probably them inserting a code into KO-S-MOS and do stuff. I don't know. But that's also something that's been... Like, it's been mentioned that it was planned, but it's not been mentioned how it was planned, at least as far as I know. Like, it was just mentioned that, it was part of the plan.
I think that's one of the things that just comes with Xenosaga being cut short. We weren't going to see some things.
Yeah. A few details like that just falls into a hole you have to dig for, or try to dig for.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we kind of danced around it a little bit, but like KO-S-MOS' relationship with Shion, as you guys said earlier, you can't really mention KO-S-MOS without mentioning that relationship, and I think that's one of the really interesting things that defines KO-S-MOS.
Yeah.
Because throughout the series, I mean, like, Shion herself kind of, in a way, like, I think in episode 1, she would say sometimes she feels like she's a mother to her, or she's a sister to her. And I guess you don't really have to look into it too deeply, but, like, queer theory wise, you could definitely say that they have a very, very close relationship.
You think it's a more romantic thing.
Right.
They're lesbians. That's a joke, not actually lesbians, but I think it's funny because we were just talking about the archetype. She starts off as like a source of trauma for her, and over time, she's the focus of her career. So much of her life is dedicated to keeping an eye on her and keeping her under control. And then by the end of episode 3, as she becomes more human and empathetic, she becomes a stoic source of comfort for her even. I don't remember exactly when in the story it was, but there's that one scene where Shion is just broken with everything going on because she's not really handling her trauma right. And KO-S-MOS can't really do much because she's still an android, but she just stands there for comfort as Shion just goes in and hugs. And she still can't say much, but just being able to be there. She's got that guardian aura, so being there comforts Shion by the end compared to how it started off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope that made sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, there's a moment, in episode 1 that I really like, when they're like on the Durandal, and Junior's showing them Betty, the Gnosis girl, and Momo kind of has this moment where she kind of has an identity problem, and then afterwards Shion and KO-S-MOS are kind of talking to her, and then KO-S-MOS kind of like drops some facts And Shion's like, hey, that was great. You're really helping out. And Ghost is like, that wasn't my intention, but okay. I just thought it was a really sweet moment where it's like she's kind of giving like this sentimental moment to help with Momo's issues. But yeah, sorry, that was kind of a weird tangent.
And it's not just because of the environmental bugs. The work he did on Realians was incredibly insightful.
The fundamental Gnosis research Professor Misrahi left behind played a critical role in the development of modern anti-Gnosis technology.
Thanks for the backup, KOS-MOS. I'm really glad to see you react like that. Empathizing with the feelings of others is a major factor in human relationships.
Although I do not believe that the current situation called for me to act in an empathetic manner, I am pleased to be of service to you.
I think KOS-MOS is really funny.
Too bad she doesn't take instruction very well.
It's funny, because typically people are like, oh, you're such a good hugger, and then KOS-MOS is just there to be hugs for comfort and such.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it's true, like, it's true that, like, the scene you mentioned, like, it was one of the first scenes, I think, where KOS-MOS kind of showed or said something that was kind of like trying to cheer up someone without really realizing it herself. And I think it was pretty cool at the moment to show that, oh, look, like, KOS-MOS just did something to help someone else that fell down without really realizing it, and like, it's a nice development to see. And like, even a bit further, like, you know what, even at the end of one, like, she pretty much like goes, but even before the end, like, there's a few moments where she just saves the whole ship, and you can see that she does cares for the others. Of course, ultimately, she's probably just protecting Shion in a way, but she still tries hard to protect the others as well, like, as event goes and stuff, you know? So I think it's pretty interesting, and especially I really, really love the ending of one where, like, she just, like, runs up to, like, the ship while everything's falling down. And then afterwards, like, how she pretty much team up a bit with Chaos Power to do that whole wing stuff around the ship to save it. It was just like, oh my god, this was so cool. But yeah.
Actually, what you were saying... Ooh, sorry.
Alright, I was gonna say, like, since KOS-MOS is such a logical thinker, or so she appears to be, do you think that, and I don't know if and I don't remember if the game ever touched on this, but do you think that KOS-MOS keeps a record of her emotions, or like the way she responds to a particular type of problem? So I think she has
logs.
What was that?
You know, kind of like, just like notes that she takes, not like of her emotions, I would assume, because I don't know how much does she actually feel before, you know, the whole fusing with Mary deal.
Right.
How much of that is, but also, I feel like just similar to, like, you know, how people will do with medical cases or scientific experiments, just non-personal notes of everything that's going on. I can see that. She probably has like a backlog of notes in her.
Yeah, because what I'm wondering is maybe the way her emotions work is that she acts, right? And then she keeps a log of the way she acts, and then she analyzes every single situation so that when future situations occur, she compares that to previous patterns she's seen before, and then deduces a new solution in terms of how she should act.
Yeah, I think she must have done that, because, I mean, you know, that interaction with Momo was one of the first interactions where she helped out someone else, and I feel like she probably kept that in her database to then, like, get better at dealing maybe with people. It's like, oh, I did something good. Okay, I'll take a note.
Correct.
You know?
So like, she's noticing I wonder if, like, she just notices patterns, because I do believe they did outright say that she does have some very specific emotions that are pre-programmed in.
I actually have that quote. I was about to say that.
Okay, yeah.
She says something along the lines of, a predetermined set of emotions has been hard-coded into my emotion module to better facilitate interactions of humans. In order to better facilitate a relationship with people, she emits sadness when needed, but only when needed. And then Shion after is like spilling her emotions and being like, man, this is so sad, isn't it? And then KO-S-MOS comes back with the best clapback of all time. The algorithms I have been programmed with do not support the comprehension of illogical human thought.
The algorithms I have been programmed with do not support the comprehension of illogical human thought.
Yeah.
Damn, KO-S-MOS, that's cold.
Yeah, but that was at the very beginning of the game, too. Like, it's before she's seen anything, or before she's even woken up, so in a way, like,
it's like her
own reality is, like, only the simulation, so...
Well, this is exactly what I mean. Like, I wonder if that's where her emotions are coming from, before, obviously, like, the whole Mary thing, before all that happens. I wonder if that's kind of what's creating her own sense of, I guess, human logic, is that she's looking at all these backlogs of the way she's acted, the way she's seen other people acted, and has wondered if she has the ability to essentially fine-tune her own emotions based on a pattern she notices.
Yeah,
I could see that, learning like an AI.
Yeah, like, I wonder if that's kind of how it works, at least in Xenosaga Episode 1, I would imagine that's how it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, like, by the time of Episode 3, after our third version was destroyed by Telos, and then version 4 activated, like, after that fight with Voyager on the Elsa, like, KO-S-MOS, like, apologizes to Shion if she caused her any undue, like, emotional stress or something like that, and I was like, wow, I thought that was a really telling of how far she has gone to, like, basically apologize for stressing Shion out.
KOS-MOS! Thank goodness! I was so worried about you.
Shion, it appears that I have caused you undue emotional stress while my functions were suspended. I must apologize.
You should. I was really worried about you. I'm so glad you're all right, KOS-MOS.
Shion.
It's a lot better than when Shion threatened to commit suicide in Episode 1, and she said, I suggest you do as you please.
Yeah. Yeah, but then when she's about to say, to pretty much do it for real, like, KO-S-MOS just comes around, or, like, she gets, I think it's mostly Chaos that does, like, say, oh, maybe we should help them, and KO-S-MOS is just so preoccupied with, like, where the crap did he come from, that she just doesn't respond anything.
And you can even see, I didn't notice my first time, you can see on her UI and her headset and everything, you can see her looking through records and analyzing him and everything.
Yeah, but it's because for a second, he was not there at all, and then the next second, he was there, like, magically, and she's just like,
yeah, she's even looking back at, you see her looking back at the video to see exactly when he comes in. It's like,
she's basically stunned into silence. Yeah.
Just rewinds the footage. It's like, holy shit.
But yeah, that's just something Chaos can do.
It's just something he can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that like everywhere I can, because it always cracks me up.
Oh my god, I'm sorry guys.
It's okay.
Oh, you're fine.
It's okay. We're gonna have a Dogo as a guest.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, we have the cats of XenoChat, now we have a dog of XenoChat.
Yeah.
It's like, Dogo, when did you start playing Xeno games?
Well, another thing we've been, I don't know if we want to go into it just yet. Well, since we kind of mentioned it, what did you guys think of, well, I was going to say the relationship between Chaos and KO-S-MOS, but I don't know if we can fully go into that without maybe we should go ahead and just
I mean,
talk about the big.
We already
thing
talked about
I mean,
spoilers, so at this point,
Yeah.
we didn't
Well,
didn't
no,
touch
that's
on
not-
the one thing with that yet, though, because we didn't mention anything about Shion being the maiden, so we haven't even touched that whole
Yeah.
old history yet, to be honest. So we can go into that.
Well, okay. So, okay. I mean, the thing we've been kind of dancing around, we've mentioned Mary several times, is because, ultimately, KO-S-MOS
Just
has
say it.
So, KO-S-MOS... No, I gotta stretch this out for 30 more minutes. No. KO-S-MOS has the spirit of Mary Magdalene inside of her. She is the reincarnation. Yeah. Which is... She is potentially the same historical figure, or biblical figure as... But, I mean, it's pretty much applied.
Yeah.
Which,
More so than Chaos being
Yeah.
actual Yeshua.
Yeah, the thing is with Chaos, I feel like he had a bit of the shorthand of the stick. Like, his part of the backstory was never fully well shown, per se, but I still enjoyed the little snippets of, like, basically them foreshadowing all the time with Chaos. I'd be like, what do you know? Just tell me
It's
what
like,
you
Chaos,
know.
tell us the answers!
It's
And
just
he
like-
just waves away.
It's just
He
like-
just waves and disappears.
It's just like, it's just something I can't do. Bye.
Smile and wave.
Yeah.
Smile and wave.
But it's like,
Yeah,
okay, okay, you're cute. It's fine. I'll forgive you for not telling me anything.
Which I kind of wanted more relationship. I mean, not necessarily a relationship, but like something between KO-S-MOS and Chaos more, because they have some moments throughout the series, but
Yeah.
ultimately they, I don't know.
They're definitely
Because-
one of the less explored character interactions in the game, to be honest. Like,
And it's a shame because it seems like there's a lot there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they have a history. Like Chaos, like knew Mary Magdalene. He was close with her.
I feel like if you ever got like the fourth game, that probably would have been one of the big things they would have showed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then there's some parts throughout the series where like there was that time in episode 1 where Chaos visited KO-S-MOS while she was basically asleep in bed,
Mhm.
and
And yeah, he's pretty much like, where's the real you?
mm-hmm.
people really like to watch KO-S-MOS sleep in episode 1, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
A lot of
She's
creepers.
asleep. She's actually asleep a lot in the series, actually.
She is.
God, yeah.
She's sleepy!
That-
Yeah, well, she
I
she
can-
does
I can
have a
relate.
battery and does have to recharge, so.
Mm-hmm.
It's all those windows she keeps punching.
Yes. Yeah, that scene in episode 1.
That's
where-
one of my favorite scenes, by the way.
Yes, when she threatened the crew of the Elsa, that was...
Failure to comply will result in the destruction of this window.
Punch from a girly like you wouldn't even dent.
One more strike and this window will shatter. It appears that none of you are wearing spacesuits. Keep in mind that I am making this proposal with goodwill. I could just as easily toss you out into space and take over the ship.
I wonder
Beautiful.
if KO-S-MOS just judged right away from what his hat said, like, I'm not taking any bullshit.
Mm-mm. You're a boozer. Say goodbye to your window.
Mhm. And then the next day, she's washing dishes in the Elsa diner.
Yeah, she's washing dishes and she's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to, like, calculate the amount of strength required for this.
And then there's just a pile of broken dishes that you can talk to next to her.
It's hilarious.
Oh, wait, actually... Oh, never mind, actually. My bad.
Nope, you're fine. But yeah, ooh, kind of.
Oh, wait, actually, yeah, I did find it. I'm sorry.
Oh, what's
So
up?
I actually meant to say this back when the archetype happened, but this kind of relates to relationship with Shion anyways, because of how big of a source of trauma it is. You would think that it wouldn't, but KO-S-MOS' archetype costume is a costume in the Japanese re-release of this game. So you can traumatize Shion as much as you want while playing this game, because it's available in, like, the Woglinde.
Was it in the greatest
Yeah.
hit Japanese version that we never
The
got?
Reloaded.
Reloaded, yeah.
The Reloaded, yeah. And Momo
Basically
got
the
a
final
huge
mix.
flosser.
Of Xeno.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Oh no, I found Mokos on the wiki. Do we have to talk about Mokos in a KO-S-MOS episode?
Oh god, I mean, we can. I mean, you've already summoned her, so it's too late. we gotta.
Oh no.
Well, I guess a good place to start. Does anyone have one?
No.
No, God, no.
No.
So, could you describe what Mokos is for us?
Horror, trauma, disgusting, shameful.
Just
But
posted like
realistically,
is that Shion? Yeah, that's Shion, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
A Shion emo thing of like shooting something.
A shooting archetype.
Yeah, Mokos was
she's shooting Mokos.
Yeah.
Was that the figure that came with the special edition for Xenosaga Episode 2?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
notice
it was-
that Monolith has never released a figure with a game ever again.
Yeah, it was pretty hideous, and fans dubbed her Mokos.
I mean, if
Um,
the face would have been better, the rest was alright.
You
It
don't
was
like
mostly
that
the
face?
face.
Yeah.
You're not a
That
fan?
face is not good.
There will be
You're not a fan?
uh,
She's beautiful. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
This is
warning
an
right now,
insult.
we're probably...
This is an insult to KOS-MOS, okay?
Yeah, warning right now, there will probably be a picture in the YouTube version right about here, so if anybody wants to, like, look away, do so.
Maybe we should add a scream to the picture whenever it comes up.
Oh god, no. No, we don't want to give people a heart attack.
Nightmare fuel.
God.
I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that like that figure didn't come out too well. There's other figures that kind of have like weird faces too. Like sometimes the molds just aren't all that great.
Mm-hmm.
Like this other one looks kind of weird too, at least from that angle.
But
I like how its Japanese name that everyone uses is Jashin KOS-MOS, and Jashin is for evil god.
It's hilarious.
oh, and I remember Pierre said how Yasuyuki Hon, one of the people at Molosoft, thought people's reactions to Makos was hilarious. And he put a there in one of the Bot and Kaitos games. There's like a portrait that has Makos in it. I don't remember.
Oh, is that
one
what that
it was.
is? I saw that on
Yeah.
the wiki, and I thought it was like a normal portrait of KOS-MOS, but it's Mokos. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
That's actually pretty
Yasuki.
funny.
He just threw that into Bot and Kaitos just to be. Yeah.
Well, that's fun that at least they have fun with it. They're
Mhm.
self-aware.
Right. But yeah, I guess before we kind of go further into KOS-MOS and figurines, I guess we could kind of go back into her in the series.
Yeah.
Well, especially the ending of Xenosaga. Which
if you
My
think about
heart.
it, that one piece of art that's really popular of KOS-MOS floating is like the most popular piece of Xenosaga art, and it spoils the ending of the game.
I was going
Yeah.
to say, that's like, yeah.
Yes.
It's a humongous
It's been
spoiler.
my phone wallpaper forever.
Yeah, but at the same time, someone who never
Mate.
played won't really see the spoiler because it looks more like a sort of vague kind of design that's supposed
Wait,
to
it's
represent
even-
something
oh my
without
God.
without really saying that this is what happens. Like even me, like I think because it took me a while to actually get Xenosaga 3, and I think I saw that art before, and I never really connected point A and point B, saying, "Oh my God, this is
Mhm.
what's gonna happen to KOS-MOS," you know. So
Yeah.
so that yeah.
Oh my god, but I'm so sorry. It's the art on the Xenosaga wiki in the background, like for the entire wiki.
Yeah.
It's literally used
Yeah, it's
for
there.
everything. God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea about it either. I saw that art for years even before I watched Xenosaga, and I was like, oh, okay, it's an anime girl. And then I finished the game, I was like, oh shit, okay. Huh.
Yeah, I remember seeing this artwork before episode 3 came out, and it's like, oh, that's really pretty, and
Yeah, but that's the thing.
artsy, and
The
it's like, oh.
composition of that art is beautiful, so that's why I think it
oh,
got
yeah,
so
it's gorgeous.
popular.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, speaking of artwork, I guess, is related. What do we think about like each of KOS-MOS's iteration? Like you got the version 1, obviously, then you get version 2, then version 3. Like, do any of you have a favorite, or what was that?
We don't talk about version 2.
I love
version 2 is kind of interesting.
I actually like version 2 the most. I like her little visor thing that she has. How it almost looks like a tattoo. Her in-game model, though, that
yes.
No.
But what's interesting about version 2 is like that it's almost like she's got like this weird. It's almost like a water cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost. There's like her body has some sort of weird liquid to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly took it as like a almost that like holographic foil material. It kind of has a sheen like that, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So honestly, she may be my favorite design.
Personally,
as much as I make fun of how she looks. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. Personally, though, I'm a big sucker for the helmets. So I really, really love version 1 helmet, and also love the version 1 in particular because like you have all of these designs like the abs and all that stuff, and like all the extra things that I really enjoy. But especially the helmet is so cool. But yeah, I would say 1 and 4 are probably my favorite because I love the helmets. But 4, what I was disappointed about was the Elbert effect, which is a tiny thing over the eye. And I was just like, this is lame. I want the helmet to come down like the old version, so much more badass. But
yeah.
But I would say I really love the new version too of like Xenoblade 2 because like that version is basically version 1 like on steroids. Like basically there's
oh yeah,
it's
just
a bunch
gorgeous.
of details all over the place, and I was just like, oh, give me more. But
it's even the same artist, which was really nice. I'm glad he came back for like one of the last things he did for Xeno. That was really nice.
Yeah, but also the version 2 though, what I like the most about version 2 is like what you said, this sort of bluish texture that's kind of translucent, and like there's some light passing into it and stuff. I'm like, this is really cool too.
Yeah, it's got a very space feel to it.
Yeah.
They turned the sci-fi up to 11.
Yeah, they did, and I think it really works for that game. Like, I know Xenosaga 2 tends to get a lot of hate because of its visual style, and it is definitely different, but I do really like the way KOS-MOS looks. I actually really enjoy that outfit. It's weird, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of really like version 3. Basically because of like the darker colors to it in comparison to the other
I looked
outfits.
at the wrong ones. Version 3's my favorite. My bad, not version 2. Oops.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh. Yeah,
I got the visor things mixed up.
Oh, you're fine. I mean, I really wish that version 3 was like in the game more because
yeah, it wasn't there for very long at all.
Right? It was like for a dungeon and a half, and then that was about it. I wish, like, because you could get version 1 as a bonus in the game, so I wish that at the end you could have also got the version 3 outfit as a bonus to unlock, because it's already in the game. So I was kind of disappointed you only got such a short time.
It's even in the model viewer, actually. So I don't know why it's not a costume.
Yeah,
that doesn't make a lot of sense at all. But yeah, version 3 looks really cool. It's actually almost like a swimsuit in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a lot of her costumes look like kind of swimsuitish.
Yeah, that's true. It's like version 3. Actually, version 3 looks like she could be a diver with Rex, like a salvager.
Yeah.
The only thing that's weird about version 3 is like her feet. There's like this weird like, I don't even know how to call it. There's like, it's almost like a fin that just pops out backwards.
But they look a lot like Dinah's feet. If you look closely, like it looks a lot like the feet of Dinah.
Yeah, I could see why you said that.
I'm trying to find the exact wording. I saw those are actually a specific type of weapon, but I can't find it anymore. But only versions 3 and 4 had that as like actual upgrades, so there's like a lore reason why it looks like that, but I can't tell you the actual name of the weapon because I can't find it now.
Yeah, I can't remember it too. I remember version 4 was kind of cool because of what you just said. Like, there's lots of parts of her body that is actually a weapon, which is pretty pretty neat.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird that it's basically, I mean, it's canon that version 4 was worked on by Professor and actually includes Erde Kaiser technology.
Yeah.
Which is so weird.
Like,
that is
yeah,
really cool.
In the Choco book, it's like designers. It's like, it says Shion, Kevin, and then like Alan, and then Scott.
It's funny.
It says Scott Kuhn. It's so funny.
The thing with version 4's design that, like, I don't hate it, but it just kind of makes me, like, scratch my head sometimes, that she has almost, like, a cat-like appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, like, that helmet, like, I look at her and I think, is she wearing, like, cat ears or something?
Yeah,
I love her
that's
little
something
helmet
that people.
because
But
I
I
like
love
how you
that.
Yeah,
see
it's-
it in cutscenes.
Mhm.
It's nice. It's just kind of like, when I see it for the first time, I have a hard time wrapping my head. I was like, is this a cat? Are those cat ears? But
Yeah.
but they do look cool, though.
I think
It's
they're
weird,
supposed to be because of Xenosaga freaks. I like
Yeah,
it.
like-
I don't think it looks bad at all. But I have a few.
Yeah,
people
it's
who are like,
nice.
oh, that's that is a cat. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I think they wanted to
Yeah.
include something cute on her. I don't know.
Mhm.
But like even
Yeah.
I mean,
even the re version like has cat ears whenever she loads her
Yep.
Hilbert effect and all that stuff. So yeah.
Mhm.
But no, I do like that design a lot. I've had many wallpapers with her on it saved. This is like the version of KOS-MOS that you see all the time. Whenever KOS-MOS is in other games,
Mhm.
like most notably like the Project Cross Zone games or
Mhm.
It's mascot KOS-MOS.
Super Robot. Yeah, it's Mascot KOS-MOS or Super Robot Tyson, OG Saga, Endless Frontier. I believe that used version 4 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I do like that design. I think my favorite one might honestly just be the first one. Because it's simple
Mhm.
and it's visually striking, as
Yeah,
I
but
said
the
before.
first one looks simple as a first glance, but it actually has a crap ton of details, tiny
Oh,
details
yeah.
and separation
Yeah,
of the suit.
absolutely.
It looks so freaking cool. Like
Especially
really
the
dig
amount of
the-
lace
also,
that
like,
she has.
the abs that opens
Yeah.
up for the Albert effect and all that
For the-
stuff is just like
Mhm.
so cool.
She's even got Beats by Dre headphones. She's got the little
Yeah.
ab thing that opens up as a weapon, which I think they keep in future versions, right? Just not as like
Uh,
actual abs, but she keeps the weapon itself.
Oh, X-Buster?
Yeah, it's just it
Okay.
does not does not work the same way, but they always kind of leave a space for it. Sort of. I just don't know how the fourth version animated that though, because technically the fourth version she has a dress over the area that has that, so I'm not sure how they
Yeah.
work that out. But I know the reversion though it loads the X-Buster from the helmet actually.
Mm.
That's what
You know what I
difference-
just
I do
thought
like
of?
I do
Yeah.
like the reversion a lot.
Reversion is really good. I think that might be I'm nostalgic for the first one, but I like Re because Re feels like a nice blend between version 1 and version 4.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about it. But it's also that
Yeah,
they
it
kept
looks
all
great.
of the details of the first version, but they added a bunch of extra details to it, even more. So it's just like, oh, I love to see it as a whole because it's such a nice design to look at. It's just so
And
good.
it's such a beautiful model too. They did
Yeah.
a really good
is.
job modeling her in that game. Oh my god!
I cannot wait to have that figurine. Oh god, I'm gonna stare at it for
Yeah,
hours. I'm just gonna be like, must like ingest all of the details. But yeah.
It's such a pretty
Yeah, it
model.
looks
Oh yeah.
It looks so cool, and I love like those little like is it like violet little like ether crystals that kind of come out of her?
Yeah.
Those look so
sorta.
cool.
Like,
It was like those weird neon things that just come out of her. I don't know. I'm a big sucker for like neon lights on like robots and stuff like that. So when I saw that design, I was having a field day when I saw this. I was like, oh man, this is amazing.
yeah. But even without those,
I actually
it's
just
just
had
amazing.
a thought. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Even without those, it's just amazing. But at the same time, I felt like the neon lights were nice. But sometimes in some places of the costume, I feel like it was a bit overcharging in details. Like, I don't know. Like, I had mixed feelings about the neon lights. They're cool, but I felt like the costume design was already charged enough that maybe it was a bit too much in some areas of the costume. But That maybe it's just me though.
Oh, something I was gonna say. We were talking earlier about like how exactly does KO-S-MOS use X-Buster when she's got the dress over her. So how come KO-S-MOS has a knife to like cut open her bra, but she doesn't have anything to cut that open? So she has the animation there.
I was gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid the
I was just about to mention
the boom cannon.
It's just weird how there's literally a knife just laying underneath her dress that with the only purpose to just cut open her shirt.
So who designed that? Was it Kevin? Was it Shion? Was it the professor?
I
Was
blame
it
the
Scott?
professor.
Was
It sounds like
Alex?
someone who would be a perv.
I think
Nah, Shion definitely did it. I believe that.
Actually, I saw something when I was reading through. Someone brought up the idea that Shion got more and more involved with the future versions. They're like, notice how there's more and more fan service with the future versions. And I was like, oh, Shion. Oh, Shion. You can't hide it.
So basically, you think that every time KO-S-MOS loads her ultimate weapon, that Shion just has a nosebleed in the background.
Yeah.
That scene
And then
was
she'll be
always
like, "Oh,
really
it's
weird
nothing."
to me because like the characters in the background just kind of like stand there
Yeah.
and they're like frozen. They're not
Yeah.
animated. They're just like still.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all in awe.
Oh, there's another design we forgot to mention, and that was the.
Oh, is it the missing
KO-S-MOS
ear one?
Oh yeah, I always forget
yeah,
about this one.
2.5. KO-S-MOS
That one
2.5,
is-
which
I barely
Interesting.
remember the details because like it's so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's kind of weird that one actually got a figurine of, which I have, but we still haven't gotten an archetype figurine. I'm just
Wait, really?
no. As far as I know, there hasn't been an archetype figurine. I might be mistaken.
Also,
I want
you
to
know
be-
what? Version 2.5 looks like something pulled right out of Astral Chain. She looks like a robot cop from that game. Except she doesn't have pants. She just has really high socks.
oh yeah, that version is pretty cool. I just loaded a picture because I could not remember.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's-
it almost looks similar to episode 1, but she doesn't have her stockings or her boots aren't as high.
Yeah.
She looks cold. That's all I have to say on that anymore. She looks cold.
And are those? I'm looking. Maybe I need to get a better picture, but that looks like this artwork looks like she has like those are tan lines and not actually like stockings. I don't know.
So I'm like looking at GIFs of KO-S-MOS about to do like X-Buster and like the whole knife animation, and one of the things that like just kind of makes me scratch my head about it is like, who fixes her shirt after she does X-Buster?
Probably
Yeah.
nanomachines.
Like, does it just
Nanomachines
perpetually
is a
get
good
ripped?
answer.
Through the power of the Zohar, she summons new fabric to sew itself together.
Yep, there we go.
Oh my
Also,
goodness,
just
that-
out of curiosity, since we're talking about KO-S-MOS, do we need to talk about Telos?
That's what I was thinking of too, because yeah, I would definitely want to talk about her.
Yeah, because I don't know if she
It
can get her
feels
own
right.
episode, but I think you kind of have to, because we already talked about Mary, so
Mm-hmm.
we may as well segue into that.
Okay, yeah, because Telos is basically the antithesis of KO-S-MOS. Whereas KO-S-MOS has the soul and spirit of Mary Magdalene, Telos is the body of Mary Magdalene, which is weird. I think I forget what it was, but I think it was like 80%. Was it 80% of her body or something was composed of Mary Magdalene? But yeah, it's kind of a shame because
Yeah,
Telos
that's
only
what it is.
appears in Xenosaga episode 3. I mean, there's that cameo little reference to her in episode 1, but otherwise, I feel like Telos gets more screen time in like side games than the actual Xenosaga series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she definitely does. And Telos also has a hidden knife.
Yep. Although in the case
I
of
don't
Telos,
like
in the case of
Telos'
Telos,
design
it's
in
less
a lot
much
of
than
games.
of a knife and more like spikes coming outward and just like loading the bubble. like, I don't think Telos rips up her shirt so much that it's just spikes coming out.
Oh no, I think it's the same as KO-S-MOS, where it's like a little, almost like a flip knife, or a switchblade.
Yeah, it's similar. It's similar. Yep.
It doesn't cut it. Look at the animation. It just kind of comes up and pushes the fabric a bit, but it doesn't cut it per se.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I don't really like Telos' designs in a lot of the other games that she's found in. Like, I didn't really like her design in Project X Zone very much.
I do not like her design in Xenoblade 2, I can tell you that.
Yeah, why did they give her glasses?
That's the only thing I'm
Why
kind
did
of mad about.
They made her like a moe deal, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
but
but
she's still like a dominatrix, so it's
yeah, but
weird.
that's the thing. Yeah, her personality does not match that's quote unquote cute thing they tried to go with. Like the outfit itself, I think it was nice, like with the addition of the little skirt and all that stuff. But the glasses, I was like, why does an android need glasses?
Sad? When they showed her off, they only showed off the art with her visor down, and I was like, oh! And then we finally get to see the cutscene in game, and I see the glasses, and I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, it's like, could we have an option of her not having glasses, please?
Yeah, the glasses is a bit overkill for my taste. The design itself isn't too bad. It's just like the glass just felt very unnecessary.
A nice little
like you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
When her visor's down.
When her visor's down, everything is amazing.
And a nice detail, it's the same character designer as she had in episode 3 anyways.
Yeah, which is cool. I'm glad that they came back. It's just like, you know, they went a bit too far.
Yeah.
Which is part of why the glasses didn't bother me that much. It was like, oh, this is just Choco doing that thing.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Choco.
oh, okay. I didn't feel like that bad about it. I actually didn't mind the design that much. I actually preferred this over the Project X Zone one. I thought the Project X Zone one looked kind of weird to me.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, like, despite what I'm saying, I definitely don't hate the design. I'm not just like, oh, they're terrible, they should be ashamed of this. No, I just figured, you know, they could have done a little bit less with it.
Yeah,
but
same.
There's a couple of things that were a little unnecessary, but honestly, I will still play with Telos. I'll still like Telos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ruining the game for me in any way.
I thought that was really cool.
That was really cool.
That was cool.
And it's like a little
nice little
anima. That's cool. I like that little detail.
Yeah.
It also makes me question
I like the
what's
scythe
going
weapons. I like the scythe weapons. Like in episode 1, I remember I would put the scythe weapons on KO-S-MOS a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, they have vessels of anima scythes, they have Zohars. Takahashi, what's going on? What's going on? But as a complete different segue, I'm looking at the wiki right now, and one of the gifts is titled Telos attacking Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey. So, fun Xenosaga history. There you go.
Well, the thing I really like about Telos that I wish they had kind of gone into more, which, like, Telos definitely has more of a personality than KO-S-MOS. And it's just, there's sometimes where she just feel like when she's, when they fight for the first time, she says how that she is ordered, not you, KO-S-MOS. It sounds like there's a bit of a, she has somewhat of a complex about KO-S-MOS.
Yeah.
Like she's
jealous in a way.
Or yeah. And I would have loved if they had gone into that more.
I am order, not you, KO-S-MOS.
So yeah, definitely.
Coming soon in Xenosaga Episode 4.
Oh, don't toy with me.
Maybe tomorrow.
Don't worry, it'll be a launch title for the Dreamcast 2.
You guys are you guys
coming
are literally
soon
killing
with
me.
Scalebound.
Yeah, right.
You guys are killing me.
We'll just install a cry about Xenosaga corner, and we're just gonna have rivers of blood tears of the fans there.
Well, let's talk about the ending of Xenosaga Episode 3 and why we're so sad. because
forever floating.
Yeah, KO-S-MOS fully merged with Mary, and because it's not quite Mary, it's not quite KO-S-MOS, but and then while the other party members had to escape after the final battle, KO-S-MOS stayed behind to
help
protect Chaos
while he loads the Zohar thing with Nephilim and like Faye wannabe. And like
actually, that scene is probably one of my favorites because it's throughout the whole series. KO-S-MOS is very, we said she's very apathetic. She doesn't feel emotion the same way as we do.
Yeah,
and she's never screamed before. She's like made like grunts while she's attacking, but she's never screamed. And when KO-S-MOS goes in to fight all those Gnosis, she releases a guttural scream of pure emotion, and I'm not gonna lie,
like
I cried.
KO-S-MOS, please protect this place until then. Understood.
I'm not even gonna lie, I did cry a little bit right there. I was like, oh my baby.
On and off through the whole handing.
Yeah.
But also it's also what's beautiful about KO-S-MOS within those last few scenes is also the fact that like for a while she was just standing there because she knew that she had to basically continue to follow the universe flow, whatever. She had to let Wilhelm do whatever the crap he was doing. But then she just went like, no, I am KO-S-MOS. And that's the best scene. Like, just her taking the decision of like, no, fuck off. Like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh.
Mary, is this what you really want?
I am not Mary. I am KO-S-MOS.
We didn't mention it. There's also the scene earlier where they go, I don't remember exactly how you would describe it, when they go into Renly's chateau and go back to Old Milsha, where Kevin is like, you need to listen to me. And she's like, bitch, you didn't make me. I'm a new version. I listened to her.
KO-S-MOS!
Kevin Winnicott, I am very sorry, but unfortunately I am not programmed to follow your orders.
Are you trying to defy your creator?
The cosmos that was created by you has been destroyed by Telos, sir. I have different designers, Shion Uzuki and also Mr. Alan Ridgely.
Impossible!
Shion, we will leave now. No, KO-S-MOS, stop! I don't want to go with you! I must apologize. Action was needed to avoid danger.
Yeah, exactly.
And just drives off on the motorcycle.
Oh.
And like even then, like she chose to save Shion. She chose to just punch her and take her out for his safety.
Yep.
We're just like, yeah.
And that's how you know it's before she got Mary in her. She's still a little harsh with her methods.
Yeah, but at the same time,
she's like, Shion, shut up.
Yeah, but she still takes her own decision there, and I think that's what's beautiful. It shows like development of her personality and how she actually like cares moment. Now and stuff. Like it's not just an order, you know.
Yep. She has abandoned her protocol.
Yeah, exactly. And like at the end of it, she just stays behind. And she just protect like Chaos and stuff. It was just like
Well,
my feelings.
We also. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
Well, maybe my memory's a little foggy on this. But since Shion was having like a bunch of like dizzy spells throughout the game, in episode 3, and it's because of KO-S-MOS's ties to the Zohar was basically impacting Shion's life, wasn't it?
It was something like that, but it was also Hoodoo constantly trying to like talk to Shion.
Right, yeah. I mean, wasn't there the plot element that like
but
it's Kevin something like also... because she's a descendant of the people of Zohar, it's like they have a predisposition to be contacted by Udu. So like that's why you see her mom in an almost comatose state, because she's just rendered almost a vegetable at that point, to be honest, because her mind is just destroyed, which we see happen to Shion slowly over time as well.
Yeah.
Especially as she does not address her trauma and says, "Oh no, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine."
Take a shot every time Shion says she's fine.
No, do not do that. We at XenoChat do not support binge drinking. You will die.
What are you talking about?
I don't think there's
drinking.
a single liver here that could handle that.
Yeah. You'd be done after, like, an hour, if that.
You'd be done in just a few minutes. I started counting in episode 1 within, like, I want to say 30 minutes. She says it, like, 5 times. Like, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just bring that up because it's interesting to think that because KOS-MOS was going along with Wilhelm's plan because in order to basically restarting the universe would in effect save Shion's life, but then that defining moment that Mary just said kind of was, I don't know, it was really impactful.
She picks her girlfriend over her boss, and it's a very touching moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she wants to believe into Shion, but like also the rest of the group, and I think she just wants to protect them and like believe into their way of doing the things is better than what her boss was about to do, which was
exactly.
She's been with them through trials and tribulations, and she's been stoic in support for a while, but also by the time that we get to Old Milsha, she really has like evolved to be actually caring for them. Like, I think before then it was still mostly protocol, but at that point you can actually see like, oh, she actually is getting emotion.
Yeah,
she actually does genuinely care.
Even at Rennes, the chateau, whenever like Telos appears, she just she knows she's probably not gonna survive this, but she just straight up like stand up in front of the group to say like, hey, you guys should run, like I'll handle this. But like people they just don't run because they don't want to leave her, but at the same time it's like she keeps repeating like, you should run, I'll last only this long. But you see that she cares for them and she does not want Telos to attack them, so she comes forward.
Or even slightly before, remember when they find her in the trash? And they're waking her up.
Yeah.
She's still, you can still see she's not fully there yet, because Shion is like nearly crying, everyone's happy, and she just goes, "Good morning, Shion," just typical robot morning, normal boot up, nothing super special, and then shortly after, KOS-MOS is ready to fully sacrifice herself for her.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think the way that they write her, one, her emotional availability, and two, how they expand on her superhero aspect almost, because she is kind of like the superhero of the group.
Yeah,
And then her absence shortly after, you really feel that just because of how they were building it up. So I think that's a very strong aspect of her character arc. So I kind of rambled off a little bit, but you know.
Oh no, you're fine.
You're fine.
And then, well, at the end, she was able to buy time, but KOS-MOS, is at the end. She is drifting in space.
Yeah.
She's missing one of her arms and both of her legs.
But something that I find interesting is how, like, Chaos Mind is still around and talking to her, being like, as long as people want us to be around, well, it seems that we'll still be around. So I think she does shut down, but I feel like if they would have been a follow-up, maybe at some point they would have managed to get back to them in one way or another.
Well, yeah, because he basically... Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, I had an idea when we talked about Chaos and KOS-MOS earlier. Something similar to Future Connected, where you just have like a duo for the protagonist of a game. Have them waking up on Old Milsha and dealing with that entire mess, even.
Oh, God.
Honestly, just... I think that would be a more interesting way than dealing with everyone else. Because don't get me wrong, I love everyone else. But everyone else has had their time to develop a relationship. They haven't.
Yeah.
Especially Chaos. Chaos has not got any focus. So if we were to ever get a continuation, I think that would be a good way to do it. Even if it's just Chaos for a while. Especially because Chaos kind of deals with a lot more of the metaphysical stuff in Xenosaga. And the main party, they have to confront that, but they don't necessarily get to actually deal with that, so that would also be a new lens that we'd be able to take. especially with his connections to Nephilim and whatnot. I don't know. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Probably not.
I wish Chaos would have gotten more, to be honest, because it was a foreshadowing tool in a way, but at the same time, like, you could see in his eyes that he was sweet, but he was suffering, and it was like it would have been amazing to know more about his perspective on stuff without just it being in the background. But at the same time, his kind of personality was more of the quiet type. He was not the type to lay over his problems over other people or lay over the stuff he knew on other people. He was just like observing and acting when he required to act, mostly. Like, and, well, also listening to people who needed to talk about their problems, but like, I mean, I still wish that something would have happened to, like, show a bit more of Chaos' background and, like, his feelings. Like, we would see, like, some snippets here and there, but nothing was fully shown to, like, really come to understand everything he's gone through. So, I wish they would have shown more, because I really, really love this character, but yeah.
I just want to know about him. Give me information.
Same.
Don't wait until the end of the game. Chaos, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I just love how, like, you get, like, cryptic bullshit all the way up until, like, the final boss room, and then you're in the final boss room, and then, like, him and, like, Wilhelm are, like, having, like, a conversation. It's just like, what?
Like, yeah, that was one of the few flaws with Xenosaga 3, was that, like, it was clear that they had to wrap everything up, so they kind of just, like, we're just like, oh snap, we didn't explain any of this, so here it is.
Yeah.
Literally, he explains everything in, like, the last major scene after the boss battle. He's like, oh, well, we're at the end. I guess I'll tell you everything. You're like, is that everything?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And you're like, what about this? He's like, no, and disappears.
It's kind
And then
of
she's just like, Chaos? And then, like, they just keep talking, and I'm just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like in episode 2 when he's talking to Wilhelm. It's like, I'm not going to hold it back anymore. And it's just like, well, I'm just going to wait until the end of episode 3.
Yeah, but that's something that I think was very interesting. The end of 2, where he's just on top of the Durandal, being in space. I'm just like, how? But at the same time, it's just so interesting, the fact that he just pretty much says, like, hey, I'm not gonna follow what you're doing, I'm gonna believe in my friends, basically. And I think that was kind of really beautiful in a way.
Yeah. Well, this is a KO-S-MOS episode, not a Chaos episode.
I know, but we got
no,
sidetracked.
we will need to have a Chaos episode.
Oh, yeah. Although we'll need to dig very deep to get his information.
Well, yeah, unfortunately. But at the end of, KO-S-MOS floating in space, and I'm guessing Chaos's physical body was probably destroyed.
Yeah, I think it was mostly his consciousness talking to KO-S-MOS.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because he's in a weird limbo, because he is kind of human, but at the same time, we all know that he's like Yeshua, and if we're talking religion, Yeshua kind of exists in a weird metaphysical
he's
state.
able to stand in space, that tells you enough.
Yeah. Did he just, like, poof out? He's like, alright, KO-S-MOS, have fun, and just poofed right before she died? And went into the upper domain? Like, what happened? Where'd you go? But, I just want to know what happened. That's all. I think he's a very interesting character with almost no exploration whatsoever, sadly.
Mm. Yeah,
I'd like to believe that he's still being an angel guardian to, like, the rest of the group or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think he and KO-S-MOS are both kind of that, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I figure, like, well, I mean, the touching thing about the end, because basically, I'm thinking that KO-S-MOS is just basically going to sleep in a way, or a rest mode or something. But I thought it was kind of beautiful how Chaos is basically tells her to rest well, and KO-S-MOS says goodnight. And it's like the last thing KO-S-MOS says is good night, and the first thing she said in the series was good morning.
Good morning.
And I thought that was so beautiful.
You're gonna make
I thought
me
that was
sad.
beautiful.
I also really love the whole plan where Cosmos drift toward a planet, and I'm just like, if they would have continued, would it have started on that planet? So I think that's also something interesting to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Now Cosmos needs to stop napping because we need a remake. Wake up, Cosmos.
We need you.
We need
you now more
Tell
than
that to
ever.
Bandai Namco.
Listen, I'm telling you, with the coronavirus and people having to delay games, 2020 is about to be the year of ports. Bring Xenosaga HD. I'll take a simple port. You don't even have to change anything, and I will buy it. It's fine. I'll buy it for everyone if anyone wants.
But it's not good enough for Bandai Namco, apparently.
Yeah. To be honest, they release anything Xenosaga, I'll buy it. I'll just my eyes will just close and reopen, and I will have clicked without realizing that I clicked. That's how fast I'm gonna click on it.
Maybe there'll be a collector's version with another Mokos, but slightly better quality.
I would
but not
fight.
too much.
I would fight for that collector.
We probably still would not get a complete soundtrack, though.
Sad.
Yeah.
Doubtful.
Well, let's see. Kind of talked about the big things about Cosmos within the Xenosaga series.
Yeah, we kind of went back and forth in two different directions.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, wait, I do
that's
have
fine.
one last note. We can't forget her most iconic appearance in Xenosaga as a kart racer on her motorcycle because she is a badass biker.
Yeah.
And they never made a racing game. I am still mad about that.
Yeah, they should have made a racing game. I mean, even Momo drifts.
Yeah, even Momo can drive fast.
God, that would have been great. Just a racing game between Cosmos and Momo.
That, or just using also maybe some ES kind of racing.
Mm-hmm. You can even throw in Skells, Mechon, make it a whole series thing. I don't care. Let Cosmos and Momo race.
Xeno Racing, all the Xeno games. Oh, God.
If we can't get a Warriors game, I will take that. Because there are so many mechs that could easily turn into cars, and I am fine with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a metal face car. That would be hilarious. Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. Okay. God, I don't know what it... Because we kind of touched on a bunch of different things that we have. What did you guys think of Cosmos' voice acting, either Japanese or English?
I love her. I am so sad that she's no longer voice acting, and I actually thought it was her in 2 for the longest time. But Bridget Hoffman does a very, very good job, honestly.
Oh my God, yes. I love Bridget Hoffman, the best of the Cosmos voices.
Yeah, same here.
And I mentioned that Scream earlier. She does a very good job distinguishing between, the cold roboticness of Cosmos and the more human side of Mary. There's a very good dichotomy going on between those.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was Cosmos in episode 1 and episode 3. And then, gosh, there's been 4 voice actresses for Cosmos.
But yeah, as for the Japanese one, I really do like the Japanese one as well. But yeah,
I would switch to Japanese in Xenoblade 2 just to hear Mariko Suzuki.
It was Cosmos. One of the reasons I played mostly Japanese, because it's but the Cosmos in English sounds a bit so-so.
Yeah, it was it would have been a stretch, but I really wish they had gotten Bridget Hoffman back.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just the voices were done in Europe, so...
Right.
Sadly, I think she retired in 2008, so it wasn't in the cards, sadly.
Oh,
she's still been in stuff since 2008.
I don't think she's in video game stuff anymore, but I think she's still doing other work. Because I was trying to find her on social media or something. I wanted to send my copies in for signatures if I could, or find her at any cons. I can't find anything at all.
Yeah, I would love to go to a convention with Bridget Hoffman. That would...
Same.
What are some of her more recent roles?
Because I think she might have returned for the Dahak GU,
looks like she was doing some stuff in Durarara X-Tail.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago at all.
Yeah, and then, oh god, yeah, she's just a great voice actress, because I was watching Haruhi with David, and just all these Xenosaga voice actors kept popping up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's KOS-MOS.
Yeah.
And then she did a great job in Perfect Blue. Yeah, she was in Last Recode as Adelie again, which was back in 2017, but...
Yep, that was very recent. Wow.
Oh, wait, it says she's in Demon Slayer. What?
Oh shit, what?
I need to
I watched only the Japanese one of this, so...
Well, yeah, it would be the dub.
Yeah, she's credited as Rui's mother. I didn't watch very many episodes. I need to go back and watch it, I guess. But yeah, she's definitely
she's in Perfect Blue too. Huh.
Yeah, she's the main character in Perfect Blue. She does an amazing job in Perfect Blue. That's probably one of my favorite roles of hers.
That's one of my favorite movies, so that's cool to know.
Yes. And then, episode 2 had Colleen O'Shaughnessy, which
Oh, we can't forget she was in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. One of her most important roles out there.
So important. And then the Japanese or the anime voice actress was alright, Lucy Christian. Which the voice acting for the Xenosaga anime was actually pretty decent overall, except it wasn't, the original game's voice actors.
Yeah, but they did.
Yeah, but I think they did a decent
good
job.
job at trying to get voices that were pretty close to the originals. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just that they could not really get the originals because the studio doing the anime was way further than the people that did, like, the games, so...
Yeah, it was in Texas for ADV.
But it still did a good job of, like, finding voices that were pretty close in range of voice, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Bridget Hoffman was my favorite. Yeah. And, of course, Mariko Suzuki's amazing as KOS-MOS as well. And it's kind of awesome that she's been voicing KOS-MOS like in just about in everything that she pops up in.
Yeah, except the games that have only the Japanese voice, but yeah.
No, I meant like Mariko Suzuki's been popping up in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Well, let's see.
Should we talk about, since we kind of went into that a tiny bit, should we talk about KOS-MOS and other games? I feel like...
Yeah.
Unless we want to go back to gameplay, even though we talked a bit about it without fully going into it, I'm not sure what you guys want to do first.
I mean...
X-Buster is the best move, the end. No.
Yeah, X-Buster is broken. X-Buster is pretty OP in episode 1. It's like, KOS-MOS always has some of the best specials in those games. And right down to even Xenoblade 2, KOS-MOS is like one of the better blades out there.
Just spam Hilbert effect and you're good to go.
God,
yeah, Hilbert effect is really good. If you want to if you really want to go crazy, if you save X-Buster for a chain attack, and then you break some orbs, and then you get that attack buff, you can do a lot of damage with that X-Buster during a chain attack.
I actually only used her for 90% of my playthrough, because like I said, I got her really early, and she's one of the few things that kept me playing. So for most of the game, it was just okay, KOS-MOS, let's go. It's your game now. I don't know who this mentor person is. It's all KOS-MOS.
Yeah,
I love KOS-MOS.
I still remember when that announcement was dropped, right before the game release, and I just died.
Right.
See, I somehow missed that. I didn't hear that, so I just got into the game and she popped up. And I was like, "Oh, hello."
Oh my God.
Yeah, they dropped.
But I do like how, in speaking of KOS-MOS's gameplay, I guess I do like how they kind of tie into the story with the whole thing with the Gnosis. Mm-hmm. How KOS-MOS is obviously built to fight the Gnosis, so it makes sense that she's one of the more effective characters in terms of fighting the Gnosis, at least early on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also,
so I like that they kept consistent with that.
On top of that, she's also one of the most physically strong characters in there, with one of the more diverse move pools to begin with. Also, she's customizable in most of the games, right? At least in 1, she's got all the different weapons and stuff you can buy.
But,
yeah, Miyuki keeps sending you weapons.
Yuki! Thank you for mentioning Miyuki in this episode. We always gotta mention Miyuki.
Yeah, Miyuki's precious.
Mhm.
Miyuki
And,
is the true hero of Xenosaga. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't think I used that many of the weapons she gave me. I kind of mostly just stuck to Arc Cannon most of the time.
Yeah, same here, but
an X-Buster.
I think it's mostly that I often forgot to, like, check a lot of the weapons in one.
Same. I forgot to get a lot of her weapons, so oops.
No.
People were like,
think
"Oh,
I
you have to
actually-
respond to the emails." I was like, "Emails? What emails?" And that was like the end of the game. So
Like, there's one called R Dragon. I think I got it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. So, I don't know what happens when you use R Dragon. Sounds pretty crazy, but
I've seen it. It surprisingly doesn't look like a dragon. I was kind of disappointed when I saw it. I was like, "Oh, it's cool. It's almost like Have you seen that one weapon in ARMS that kind of looks like a dragon head? It's like that if you took off the facial details, almost.
I see.
Well, I mentioned before, my favorite weapon was the scythe.
The scythe was really
Yeah,
cool.
the scythe
Yeah.
is cool, and the scythe is technically considered, I think, as one of her canons in a way, because
Mhm.
there's even like an official work where she has a scythe and the the sort of thing they show in the vision of like if KOS-MOS had a certain equipment to like destroy a whole planet, like use in the
Mhm.
future. I don't remember
Yeah.
how they call that equipment, but
The
like
tertiary weapon system?
yeah, they have an art with her having that with the scythe, and it's really cool.
Actually, about that, the scythe kind of plays into this one fact that I found. The scythe is a thing that's commonly associated with, like, death and, like, the gathering of souls. And
Yeah.
KOS-MOS' operating system is Nataraja, which is a representation of Shiva, which is, like, a god of creation and destruction.
Of Shiva.
Yeah, so that's actually a really interesting connection, that maybe the scythe has more of a meaning than just a cool weapon.
Yeah.
Especially with how she's
I've
seen in
seen this
episode
part,
1.
Yeah.
She's kind of like a harbinger of destruction in episode 1 after you get that premonition.
Yeah.
Actually, even up until
Observation.
episode 3, if you consider how she's affecting Shion. So maybe that's a very intentional thing that a scythe is heavily associated with her.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. I hadn't got that connection before.
I don't think I actually used KOS-MOS that much in episode 2.
I always have
It's a-
her in my party.
Can't.
I think
It's just-
I used like Shion, Momo, and Ziggy. most
I
of the
hate
time.
I hated how you had to complete Matthew's debt in order to get X-Buster. And it's by that time.
Wait,
it's
you
like,
did?
Yes.
See,
did it
I
now.
gave up, so I don't know this pain, but you really had to do that?
Yes. You
It's
got
kinda
that and
weird.
Jin's swimsuit you got from that.
I mean, I'm okay passing on that, but X-Buster? Really?
Yeah,
That's-
that was it's like
Huh.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
one of the things
really
in 2 that's kind of bullshit.
Because
Yeah,
you get
it
it as
was-
like a story event thing in 1, so that's weird. They're like, oh yeah, it's an unlockable for like the end of the game. Here you go. Have fun.
it's like
Yeah.
And then by the time you've done that, you've basically beaten the game or so
Yeah.
tired that you don't want to use it that much.
That said, though, one of my favorite props from her is the dragon tooth, which is basically
Oh,
the thing
dragon tooth?
she used in one of the cutscenes to shoot at the Gnosis to install a sort of tracking device, or whatever.
Yeah, that was a really
But the
cool
thing is,
weapon.
what's cool about that weapon is that it has kind of more than one form. It has that short form that can shoot something, but it also can become a melee weapon, like the thing can extend a bit like the Monado, or just become a laser sword or whatever. I think it's pretty cool.
And then she even has the really cool Gatling guns, which I think is probably, besides the scythe, her most iconic weapon.
I think the Gatling gun and like the R blade or R cannons are like
Well,
three
also,
of the most iconic too.
I don't
Yeah.
know if she keeps it in the other forms, but at least with version 1, she also has that pistol that she brings out. In,
Yeah,
like,
the
almost
pistols is very
everything we see her
iconic
in.
Yeah.
too.
But no, that Gatling, they even kind of did the same thing in Xenoblade 2. It looks really different.
Yeah.
Oh, the
but-
Zohar Gatling gun.
I love them
it's like,
so much.
Takahashi, what's going on? Why does she have Zohar guns? How do they know what these are?
The only thing that bumps me into Xenoblade 2 is the fact that you can't keep the first look of the weapon.
I know.
When you evolve them, and I was so sad because I had to evolve them for her to become more powerful. I'm just like, no, my Zohar.
That's one thing I wish they would have done. Like, the supreme versions of their weapons would just be, their weapon. But no, unfortunately, KOS-MOS loses her really cool guns.
I think you can get it back. It all depends on the chip you put on.
I don't think I ever found them.
But I never got them back, honestly.
Yeah, and I think I even went up all the way. I know I at least got moon matter and like photon chips, and one higher than that. And I don't think any of them ever had the Zohar guns back. So,
yeah, I gotta check the game again to see if I even have it on. It's possible that I probably just am remembering it wrong.
I wish we could.
I do really like how her weapons materialize from data.
Yeah.
Are they really data nice. Or are
I always
they
think that's
nano
such a cool
machines?
thing.
Because they bring up nano machines a lot in Xenosaga.
Yeah,
it seems like it's a data thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
I
interpreting it
thought
wrong.
the technology in the database said that she had like a pocket dimension that she could reach into.
That's what I thought too. Is from a pocket.
That
dimension.
sounds like Zohar powers. Cool. Okay.
If you have doubts about anything to Xenosaga, it's Zohar powers. Don't ask questions.
Zohar did it.
Wait, so it's like, hey, what happened with Chaos at the end? Zohar powers. What happened with this? Zohar powers. Where's Xenosaga 4? Zohar powers.
Zohar.
Hilarious.
That would be a great April Fool's interview. Everyone asks Takahashi questions and he just keeps saying Zohar over and over.
So yeah, I guess that can segue into KOS-MOS and other games, and when she is probably the one character that you'll see the most. Anytime you see Xenosaga represented somewhere, KOS-MOS is generally around. Mm-hmm. You've seen outfits for KOS-MOS, in Soul Calibur 3, I believe the created character had a whole set of outfits that let you basically make KOS-MOS.
I remember being really surprised because I never owned Soul Calibur 3, but I remember how I found out about it. I went to your friend's place and they were playing, and then I saw this costume in the selection. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because even in Xenosaga, you can get emails that advertise other Bandai Namco games.
Yeah.
I remember Soul Calibur 2 and Ace Combat being advertised in it, and I think possibly Tekken? I don't know.
I think
but
so.
I do remember seeing Soul Calibur, and I think Ace Combat as well was being advertised.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I know in Tales of Vesperia, I believe, Judith has a KOS-MOS outfit.
Mm-hmm. She was in it 90% of the game for me.
Yeah, that's really cool.
She's a
Namco X Capcom.
Yeah.
That had a KOS-MOS was playable. Actually, Shion was playable in that too.
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
Momo.
Yeah.
Momo?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right. And then obviously Project Cross Zone, KOS-MOS was in that as well. Then in the second game, you also had Fiora with her, which is just funny how they spoil that, but okay.
Yeah. Or am I mixing that with Robot Tyson?
No, Telos is in Project Cross Zone 1 with KOS-MOS.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's also in...
Telos is
Robot
also
Tyson.
in Super Robot as well.
Which we never got any of those, right?
We got the first
No, we got one of them.
Yeah.
And then the second one was recently fan translated.
Yeah, shout out to Valkyrie for that.
Yeah.
I haven't downloaded it, but
that was really cool that they were able to finish that because, I remember the first one came out and I played it. It was not bad, but there were certain things about it that are kind of just weird with the battle system. But I did hear that the second game improved on it quite a bit, so I do want to try that out one day.
Yeah, I played a bit of it. It's pretty fun.
I'm looking through the wiki and alright, KOS-MOS. There's a lot of stuff with the archetype, but I'm like, I wish I found this earlier. This is horrifying.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that earlier too. There's a whole bunch of archetype art in there.
And also the A lot of it is from Xenosaga 2, which is kind of nice because that's how we can get a lot of the artwork, because a lot of the story in that game is via cutscene stills. But
yeah.
I did play Super Robot Tai Xenogears Saga Endless Frontier, the first one, and it was good, but like the battle system was kind of weird in certain spots. But I do want to try out the second one really soon. Now that it's fan translated, I'm more motivated to seek out a copy and try that out.
Yeah, OG Saga Endless Frontier was my first like DS game, and
really,
yeah, I bought a DS just to play that because like, oh, KOS-MOS. But it's fun. It was a fun game, but it got really repetitive after a while.
Yeah, they didn't really balance it too well, and bosses had a ton of HP, and then like they had this weird thing where they could just break your combo out of nowhere. Like, so if your timing wasn't like really good, like perfect, they would just break your combo and just destroy anything you try to set up on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was in that. She was in those games, and of course, more recently, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as a rare blade, which everybody wants. I remember the memes.
Yeah.
On Reddit, it was like anytime somebody posted a picture of like Xenosaga 2 and then not Xenosaga, Xenoblade 2, and then KOS-MOS happened to be in it, like the first comment would be somebody going, "Is this a stealth KOS-MOS flex?" Yeah, the whole "I've got KOS-MOS" club, that was a fun thing.
I joined that very early on. It was fun.
It took me a while to get her. Like, I
100
grinded
hours.
a lot.
Xenofam, have you joined the I also have KOS-MOS club yet?
Yes,
no,
please
it's
let
great
us know.
though, because especially since I wasn't spoiled beforehand that she was in the game, I just happened to trigger her cutscene, and I just see her bed, and I'm like, oh! And you see it open, and you're like, oh! And you see her hand, and you're like, oh! Because it's basically the same thing. So I'm I'm trying to be quiet.
It was really cool.
All my roommates are asleep, and I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm screaming, and I'm like, oh! She's here!
Yeah, her Blade Awakening was really hype.
Mm-hmm.
I
like
loved
I said
it.
earlier,
I'm
like
hoping...
I saw the announcement, like, I think they dropped it, like, what, 2 days before the release or something on Twitter?
It was not too long before the game came out.
Like, I basically screamed when it came up. I was just like, what?
Yeah. I remember that article. It was nuts.
They just dropped it,
I was really excited. I was like, wow.
Just there. Just being like, hey, by the way, we put KOS-MOS in the game. Just, what?
Now, listen, I'm just saying, Bandai Namco helps with Smash, and Monolith helps with Smash 4. If y'all want to put KOS-MOS in Smash so we have more to talk about, that would be nice.
Oh, yeah.
No complaints here.
I've been saying that for months.
She
like,
makes so much
KOS-MOS should be a fighter in Smash.
Makes so much
she
sense.
does!
She has all the weapons. She's a good representation of the series. She was the most valuable thing in Xenoblade 2 in terms of, like, fan appeal because everyone wanted her because of the hype around her. So, like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
She'd be wonderful. Even have the same opening cutscene for her, and fans will lose their shit. I am telling you.
Yeah, for
I will
sure.
lose my shit.
Yep.
Same. I'll actually play Smash.
Guaranteed.
I only watched the Game Awards because of the rumors that KOS-MOS was going to be there, and let me tell you, it would have made the Game Awards at least somewhat enjoyable.
I honestly, I was watching the Game Awards for the same reason, and I was very disappointed.
I was like,
I didn't believe in that. I was just like, there's no way they're gonna reveal it at Game Awards.
Being a Xenosaga fan,
because like you know what was so stupid about that? Like that leak also said that they were going to release Clock Tower during Game Awards, and I'm like, there is no way a Clock Tower port is gonna get announced at the Game Awards. Like this mostly Western event, you're not going to announce this niche, old school Japanese horror game that most of these people have never heard of.
But at the same time, we got Bravely Default 2, of all things.
I could believe that, though, over Clock Tower or KOS-MOS getting revealed.
I don't know. I wouldn't even have expected that. I'm happy we got it, but
honestly, I was surprised what they announced Joker in Smash at Game Awards.
Yeah.
That was also surprising.
I think it set a precedent that people got hyped up about, and then it didn't happen, and people were like, why didn't it happen? But it only happened once anyways, so it's not a precedent, really. It just happened once.
Yeah.
But also, can we talk about KOS-MOS's quest in Heart to Hearts and Xenoblade 2? and how much of a tease that is.
Shion! Oh my god. That was... oh my god.
Like...
oh, that is...
like, what's also weird about that, it's... obviously, you have the Shion callback, which is nice. But what really gets me about it is that the game goes out of its way to say that KOS-MOS knows about the World Trade.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and has all this knowledge about it.
There's also something else. There's the heart to heart that she has up at the top of the World Tree, but then there's something that was added. I didn't see it until recently. Her, Elma, KOS-MOS, and I want to say Mithra, they all have a conversation at the top of the World Tree. And KOS-MOS seems to know a lot more about what's going on than anybody else. Not just about the World Tree. It's kind of implied a little bit to me that she knows why they're all there. So I'm just like, KOS-MOS, tell me your secrets, please.
This is why I'm saying, like, it's such a tease, because it's like, it's clear that they're, like, trying to make KOS-MOS canon to this universe, and that there's a gap, right? Between wherever Xenosaga 3 ended versus Xenoblade 2. So, it's like, obviously it's an Easter egg, but at the same time, it's just such a tease.
Takahashi, what's going on?
Yeah.
Just tell us. He's just laughing at home.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Yeah, that and her quests with the was her name Estelle or?
Yeah, Astel. Was it Astel? And it's like it's supposed to be Aster in Japanese, but it got localized to Estelle, so it's the same flower as Shion, I think.
Yeah, because the aster flower is Shion in Japanese, and I was like, okay, you guys totally did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They're like, okay, we can't call her Shion Uzuki because of copyright, but it's Shion Uzuki. Here you go. Which also makes me wonder, she's related to Zeke, so does that mean that, like, is there a Jin parallel in this world? Are there parallels of her parents?
I'm not sure, but
how far does it go?
I'm not sure, but I mean, they like doing that stuff, and that's what we like about them, right?
Yeah,
we live to see those cameos happen.
Yeah, that quest was big Xenosaga vibes, and I loved every second of it.
Yes, I was like, I want more. Why is it already over? I want more.
I know. Ugh. Honestly, I would have loved just a Torna-sized game, but instead it's KOS-MOS and Elma just going through Moritha and telling us what actually happened. Tell us! We know you know!
And it's unfortunate that KOS-MOS and Telos, they had like one little
it's one
scene together.
Unvoiced line. That's it.
Yeah. And it's like, they were arguing, and then they were like agreeing, and then that was kind of it. It was kind of disappointing.
I'm hoping, I have a spare hope, since all the models exist and they're pretty, and Xenoblade Definitive is the same engine. I'm hoping they use those models for like a challenge mode, and all the blades can be super bosses. And I've thrown this idea around a lot. I would love a duo KOS-MOS and Telos super boss.
Oh my god!
So nice. Have them like fighting each other, shooting off Detoneritas around each other, and then like if you aggro them enough, they come after you. Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun, but also terrifying.
I know. But KOS-MOS.
Yes.
KOS-MOS. But no, I don't know. I hope that we see her, and I think it's a very easy use of assets for content, but do I expect it? No. Not at all.
No.
Unfortunately, this may be the last we see of KOS-MOS for a while if she doesn't come to Smash.
Yeah.
Well, at least
I was going to say, I didn't really have that big of an interest in the other games she appeared in.
Yeah.
Like, Xenoblade 2 was, like, the first one I think that I actually, like, I wasn't that interested in Xenoblade 2 when it was announced, but then when they announced that KOS-MOS was going to be in it, I was like, I have to buy it now.
I bought Xenoblade 2 because I was like, well, I like Xenoblade 1, and I was apprehensive for months, and then KOS-MOS was in it, and I only found out through gameplay, and I was like, okay, now I won't put this game down. And then I put the game down for a month in Chapter 4. But it's all, KOS-MOS was the one thing that pulled me through the entire game, so honestly, I think KOS-MOS is the main reason I like Xenoblade 2, which is kind of a shallow reason now that I think about it. But she opened my eyes so I could see all the good past what I was having issues with. So thank you, KOS-MOS.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My hype for Xenoblade 2 was kind of low until KOS-MOS was revealed, but then I actually played Xenoblade 2.
I think I was
like,
already
it's
very
still
much
a really good game.
I was already very much hyped about the game to begin with because it was like the new Monolith game and like
it's
everything about it looked
good.
gorgeous, and it was just like, okay, yeah, I really want to see this game. And like I loved how even from the get-go there was already some cameo things, like the Zohar shaped stuff again and all that. So it was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's what got us. Because even when they first revealed Pyra and you had the Zohar on her, that was like, oh, what's this?
And then you see Mithra, and Mithra in that first trailer, she kind of looks like it in base Xenoblade 2, but in the first trailer I was like, huh, she looks kind of like Ellie.
Yeah.
And then you see a Zohar, I'm like, what you guys doing over there? What you doing? And then there was a little sneaky interview. There are no connections to Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 1. Do not worry. Takahashi's like, don't worry, there's no
that was such a trolling.
God.
And then, like, Chapter 10 happened and everyone just lost their mind.
Chapter 7 even was when it was just like, Takahashi, why did you lie?
Yeah.
God. The moment everyone collectively lost their shit.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
But
yeah, honestly, other than Xenoblade 2, I saw KOS-MOS and Cross Zone 2, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But, no real drive to play it.
The
I kind of want to try.
Games are kind of... I have a love-hate relationship with them. I just wish they were, 20 hours shorter.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
I'd only play for KOS-MOS and Phoenix Wright characters anyways, so I'm just like, well, I'm not going to deal with the rest of this game just for that. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about those crossover games, though. It's like, I'm only here for certain crossover, and not everyone else.
I honestly only bought Smash Ultimate for the updated Shulk, so I mean, I understand that.
Well, for me there was a bit of that, but there's also a lot of, Joker being there. I kind of got sold because he's one of my husbandos. It was just like, okay, I really need to, the whole Persona 5 milk, give it to me.
That's why Smash 4 was, really exciting for me, because it's like, oh man, I get to play as Shulk and Mega Man? What?
Yeah.
Now, I'm just saying, if KOS-MOS is ever, and I'm kind of on the fence about Pack 2, because Pack 1, it was good, but honestly, none of the characters were from series that I cared about, so I was like, oh, this is good, but I bought this on day one, and it kind of feels like a waste of money for me personally. But if KOS-MOS came out, I'd buy the whole pack, no problem.
I think the pack one, for me, the big highlights were the hero of Dragon Quest and Joker,
that was a really good one.
Persona 5, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of them were big. You had Joker.
Yeah, I like the Fighter Pass one.
Just unfortunately,
Terry was cool.
Other than Persona 5, I didn't play any of those games, and I don't care. I like Three Houses, but Byleth is the character I do not care about. So I'm still confused.
I didn't play Three Houses yet, so I'm kind of neutral about it.
And
I understand why they were picked. Yeah. It's like Fighter Pass 1, I actually really like it. Even though I haven't really been playing Smash too much. Actually, I don't think I've played it at all in the last few months.
Same.
But I do like the characters coming out because they make sense. And, if we're going to talk about characters that are important for gaming, all those characters are important in their own ways. Like, Joker represents Atlas, and Shin Megami Tensei SMT is one of the premier Japanese role-playing series.
Especially with
then you got Dragon Quest. Yeah, and then you got the Dragon Quest characters. Dragon Quest is one of the biggest franchises in Japan. And then you got Terry Bogard from SNK. SNK, I know a lot of people are just oh, what's an SNK? But it's just you know what? Terry Bogard's been in more games than most characters in Smash, probably.
Oh, yeah, he's a big deal.
There are so many King of Fighters, Fatal Fury games, or just games with Terry in it, and they've been on pretty much every single major console since 1990. Like, it makes sense for him to be in there.
Yeah.
So, like, all those characters, and of course, like, Banjo-Kazooie, a lot of people like Banjo-Kazooie, and then Byleth, again, like, you could argue that Byleth was a boring pick, but at the same time, though, just going by, like, my Twitter feed, ever since Three Houses came out, people would not shut up about Byleth and how much they like them, how much they like the female Byleth, how much they like the male Byleth, doing fan art of them, cosplaying them. I'm seeing that all the time ever since Three Houses came out. So when they got announced, and like, and people were just like, oh, why'd they get announced? It's like, because you guys wouldn't shut up about them for months. Yep. Like,
I blame
that's why they're in this game.
I don't think it's so much of a boring character in a way, because they did do a very interesting gameplay mechanic with them.
They saved it with the multiple
the
weapons.
gameplay looks really interesting with them.
If it wasn't for that, I'd honestly be... That's like the one saving grace of the DLC pack, is they did a Fire Emblem character that doesn't just use a sword. So I'm like, okay, that automatically makes you much better. My issue is not that. I just like... Three Houses is a very complex game with a lot of complex characters, and they chose Byleth. But they also picked the best thing to do by having all the different weapons and everything, which is what I want KO-S-MOS to have. So, take notes. Yeah. Please take notes, because I would love a weapon switching mechanic like that for KO-S-MOS.
Yeah, same. Oh my god, like... KO-S-MOS would be interesting for that, because she has so many freaking weapons. It's just insane. Like,
and that's her whole thing, is bringing out weapons to fight, and swapping between them constantly. Like, ooh, she can even have an ammo system. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, just give us KO-S-MOS, please.
Yeah, give us KO-S-MOS for sure.
We deserve it.
Yeah.
Delete the ARMS character. KO-S-MOS only.
I think the only other game that I wanted to play that I never got to was Namco X Capcom.
Was that one dubbed in English?
I don't think it was released.
I believe it got a fan translation.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might have.
Ooh,
the opening is really cool, though, because it has, like, an animated version of KO-S-MOS. It's got her with her Gatling guns, and it's got her waking up in space.
Yeah.
I always really liked the opening of that game because of the KO-S-MOS stuff that was in it.
Xenosaga 3?
I don't think so. I think it was.
Well
I think it was like maybe 2004 or something.
Oh, okay. So it's interesting they use that motif of her floating in space. Just fun to think about. Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I never got to play it, but I always wanted to.
I will say that render of KO-S-MOS for Namco X Capcom is one of my favorite pictures of KO-S-MOS.
That is a really good picture of her.
It looks gorgeous.
I also played the Bot and Kaitos games, which KO-S-MOS was... I mean, besides the Makos art, there was a KO-S-MOS card in Bot and Kaitos, because it's a card-based RPG. But her card was a little anticlimactic, because it literally does nothing in the game. It's just there to collect. And...
well, can't win them all.
Yeah, it was just... I guess it was just a fun little Easter egg, but I got it, and I was like, oh, what does it do? It was like, nope, it does nothing.
See, and this is why KO-S-MOS needs to be a super boss in Xenoblade Definitive Edition. It's what she deserves. She deserves to be a super boss in every game she comes in.
Oh, that's... Oh, I guess Momo is in Namco X Capcom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just vibing. She's having a good time.
Yeah,
actually, there's another thing.
I do like how Momo sometimes does have a rogue appearance in some cases.
Yeah, because she's also in the second Super Robot Tyson OG Saga Endless Frontier game, right?
Yeah.
She's also in, according to the wiki, she's in a game called Venus and Braves for the PS2, which I'm not entirely sure what this is. It did it.
I don't think
it was re-released on... No, it was re-released on PSP in Japan in 2011, but it never got a localization. But I can't...
What's it called?
It's called Venus and Braves. But yeah, I can't even get any detail. It just says on the wiki, she appeared in the game. That's all that you actually get in there.
Yeah, KO-S-MOS.
Interesting. Well, it looks like there might have been some other Namco characters in here too. Like I'm seeing pictures of like Tails characters in here.
That's cool.
So this might have been like a small crossover.
Namco with something else or whatever.
It kind of seems to be its own thing, but maybe there's a lot of crossover elements. But even the wiki doesn't have a lot of details, so who knows?
Well, then again, like, Namco is kind of big on doing sort of crossovers things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even within the Tales of, there's a lot of, like, crossover Tales of games that don't come here that they release, like, daily over Japan, so...
They're very good at acknowledging their past. I like that. Just acknowledge it by giving us a remake. Give it to us.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Namco. Like, they like to put nods to their older games, but not necessarily re-release them. That's why if you ever, like, play, like, Namco X Capcom or Project Cross Zone, you'll just see all these IPs that haven't received a new game in, like, 20 plus years.
Yeah. Even if we just make it available on the eShop, I'll buy the exact same game. The exact same copy of Xenosaga. Just let me play it digitally on my Switch. That's all I want.
Honestly,
it can even be the same aspect ratio.
Just
I don't
a port to work on the new technology would be awesome, because that's the other thing, is that whenever you try to load an old PS2 games on a new TV, it's kind of like a challenge to make it look good.
Yep. Even with, like,
if you don't have the right setup.
Even with nice chords, it's still held back quite a bit. And if you can just emulating it, like not updating anything at all and just upping the resolution, kind of like how Xenoblade on Wii did, you're just like, oh wow, this was held back.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need a lot in the visuals department. Just let me play. Let me play the game. Please. Please. Yeah. I'll give you anything you want, Monolith.
Yeah, but at this point, it's not so much of Monolith, it's more Namco. That's the other issue.
Yep. At least it's more likely than a Xenogears remake.
I think I would say Xenogears would have a higher chance, because Square goes back a lot more to their old games, while Namco just ignores them.
That is true.
I could definitely see a Xenogears port happening soon.
Really?
Like, not like a remake or anything, but like just a digital re-release. I could definitely see Square doing one of those very soon. Like the way they've been doing those Final Fantasy ports.
Do you think it would actually be on Switch? I would hope so, because Xeno's on Switch now. But do you think they
I could see them doing it on Switch. I could see them doing it.
Hopefully one day.
Well, fingers crossed. I would love to be able to play it on a handheld system that I own. And then I can finally...
I could see them doing it.
I guess, I mean, we've kind of already talked about figurines, because KOS-MOS is the queen of the figurines of the Xenosaga series.
Yeah.
Well, there was one thing that I've always wondered about. Do you guys remember that, bust of KOS-MOS that was at, I think, either Wonderfest or something like that? It was, version 4 KOS-MOS.
What was it?
The bust of KOS-MOS. It was at, like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was like at Wonderfest. It was like huge. Cause
oh
wait! I think I might have found it.
Yeah, because Choco supervised it, and he put out a emission.
Was it that?
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That's cool.
Actually, hold on. I think I found another version that's like colored.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is what Tyler's talking about.
Oh, yeah,
yes, that is it. That is it. Yeah,
that is.
I bet that cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, they like showed that off, and then I heard nothing else about it. So I'm like, are we going to be able to buy that, or is that just?
It might be just a one-time thing. Like some figures sometimes never get released, and it's just a one-time thing in an event or something, which is sad.
I hope Microsoft has it on display in their office or something, because that would be...
I'm sorry, I know we moved on to figures, but we forgot one very important crossover. KOS-MOS was in a baseball game with Shion.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Bandai has like they have like a baseball game, and KOS-MOS and Shion are there as a duo.
Oh, you know, I saw that on Google, and I thought that was fan art.
No, that's legit. That's an actual thing.
Oh my god.
I've always seen like random art of that, and I'm like, what is this?
So wait, what game is that from?
The wiki doesn't list it. I read about it a few days ago. Hang on one second. You guys can keep talking while I'm looking this up. Sorry, I may be a
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's very interesting to me. Because I was just looking at that picture, too.
Yeah, I think I've seen the Shion picture as well, and I just thought, I thought it was...
Okay, sorry. Namco's baseball game, Famitsu. And apparently, KOS-MOS, Shion, and Albedo are featured characters.
Albedo?
Albedo?
Albedo's
a baseball outfit?
Albedo, wow. Oh my goodness, I found art of Shion.
Okay, I need to see
actually,
Albedo though. Screw Shion and
I gotta dig for the Albedo.
It doesn't have Albedo, but I'm gonna look through the wiki real fast for Albedo. Oh my gosh.
I need
that's
to see
amazing.
Albedo. It is.
God, that's
Let's
so
see.
Weird. Why were it
Family Stadium is what
okay,
the full
I would
name
want to
is.
play this game just to see if Albedo laughs like a maniac every time she does something.
Why
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so Family Stadium is an older Namco game, and I'm gonna assume that art's from a more recent iteration of it. Oh my goodness, this has a lot of releases!
Well,
is it like an arcade game, or...
It seems like it started off as an old Famicom game back in '86, and there's like a ton of them. And the last one to come out was in 2018 on Switch.
What?
So this is like a long-running Namco baseball series.
All right.
The series is considered a precursor to Namco's own World Stadium, blah, blah, blah. The series has been a commercial success with over 50 million copies being sold as of 2016. So yeah, it is like a big series apparently.
Thank you, KOS-MOS.
What?
Yeah, I gotta see if I can find that KOS-MOS. Oh, it looks like they put a couple Namco characters in there.
I can't find Albedo, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's all sorts of classic Namco characters in here.
It's based on
like
version
there's Bravo
4,
Man, there's Tycho.
It's like...
Hold on, there...
Yeah, KOS-MOS is version 4 with red accents to match, and then Shion is definitely based on episode 1 Shion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no doubt. She's even got the cute little braid.
Yeah, I can't seem to find the Albedo art, but...
If that's true,
I can definitely find
hilarious.
the Shion and the KOS-MOS.
I hope that's true, because that's amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Wow.
The thing is that which version is it?
What was that?
Which version is it?
Which version of the game? That's a wonderful question. It seems there's very little information on this game. Based on the art, I'd say it's not recent, but I'd definitely say like post 2010. It almost kind of reminds me of her Cross Zone art, to be honest. But I don't know. Let's see. Does it say?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig for this one.
That's an interesting find. Yes.
So there's a crossover wiki for this page. Wait, is this another... Oh, wow, is this a wallpaper? Hold on. I might have found some gold here. I might have found some really nice art, actually, of KOS-MOS in this. Let's see.
Please have Albedo on
the
there,
source
too.
of that image.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything about the game, unfortunately, on the wiki, so I can't find much more details about it in terms of which version she's in. Sorry about that.
That's still a cool find.
Yeah. I didn't think it would be relevant. I was just reading through something a few days ago, and I found that. I was like, okay. And then we were talking about this. I was like, okay.
I love that picture.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like really cool art.
Gosh, that's super good.
Well, this is neat, because I've never heard of this game before.
I almost feel like KOS-MOS would be OP in baseball.
It's the 2011 version from the looks of it. Maybe it looks to be the title. Yeah.
Oh, there's like... Okay, so it looks like KOS-MOS is a card. I found some screenshots of KOS-MOS.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go. We're getting to the bottom of this.
Yes. We're making progress.
We're lengthening our episode by talking about KOS-MOS playing baseball.
Hey, we're on...
There's like other Namco characters here too. Like, I'm seeing a picture of Valkyrie from this. Like, Valkyrie no Densetsu. There's pictures of like Wonder Momo in this and Bravo Man. I have never heard of this, and I don't know why I've never heard of this. This is cool.
I think I found out about this through like a YouTube video. It wasn't even about KOS-MOS.
There's a picture of Klonoa in this.
Wow, that's wonderful. Now I want to play.
Yeah, all these Namco characters are in this game. There's Ivy and like all these Soul Calibur characters. What is this?
Only here in XenoChat.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna get all these pictures. I'm just gonna dump them into our Discord. And then Tyler, you can put some of these in the episode.
Yeah, we'll when we make the video version, definitely look forward to that.
But I have not found any albedo art yet.
Yeah, I can't find any proof of that, so maybe disregard that for now, but if that is true, that would be so hilarious. God.
It would be.
Oh, I hope he laughs just like in game. Shion looks so good.
Yeah.
That's a good picture.
That is a really good picture.
Oh, is it on DS? Oh. Okay. Actually, you know what? If it's on DS, I can find this easily. Hold up. What is the full name of the game, Justin? Do you know?
So, Famista or Family Stadium.
Okay, I'm gonna look up a sprite sheet and see if I can find him. Let's see.
Yeah. If it's even been dumped.
No.
Okay.
Man, I tried.
Well,
okay.
That's alright.
But yeah, this might be one of those things where you might have to track down a copy of it somewhere and then like see how far
I
you
wonder,
can get.
you know who may know? Valkyrie may know. I should ask her and we can put a
Valkyrie
video
may
in
know.
there in the video if we happen to find that. Let's see.
Because that'd be nice. That'd be really neat if like somebody could get footage of this.
Let's see. But yeah, more you know.
Alright. Yeah. Well, I think this might be a good stopping point, unless there's any like specific figurines or anything that we haven't really kind of talked about.
I think it's good.
I think that's it.
Alright. Well, this has been our KO-S-MOS episode. She is amazing and all the things, and she still lives on in all of us and in all of her cameos and figurines. So I guess at this point, let's kind of, I guess we can wrap things up and go around, and if there's anything you want to plug or anything, you can do so. We'll start with you, Justin. You got anything going on?
No, not really. Just kind of business as usual. Finishing up some projects, trying to play some other games. I just beat Resident Evil 3, the remake, and I enjoyed it. It was really fun. It's different than the original, but I do think that they did a pretty decent job.
Okay, because that was one of my favorite Resident Evils growing up, so that's good to hear.
It's going to be different. They changed quite a bit, but I don't necessarily think all the changes were for the worse.
I heard it was also short. Is that true, or?
I mean, it took me about 8 hours to finish
that's
it.
A decent amount.
Yeah. You could definitely do it in a lot less time. Like, there's people who I think beat it in a little over an hour.
Oh, God.
So there's definitely ways where you can just breeze through it, but like the pacing is great. Like it just keeps you moving. So that's really good.
That's cool.
Okay. Mary, what do you got going on?
Nothing much considering all the conventions are being cancelled, so it's just like just staying in wait. And I currently don't work at the moment either, so I'm just at home playing games, and we'll see. A lot of Animal Crossing with you guys.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
All right. How about you, David?
Basically in the same boat. I've just been like hanging out. I've been like playing Animal Crossing, trying to get blue roses for like the past couple of days. So,
how goes your blue rose hunt?
I've got like every color except for blue, so I'm a little sad about it, but. Soon.
Hopefully soon we get some like solid information on how to actually get these hybrids, because everyone's freaking out about like what's actually right.
Oh yeah, all the guides out there have been wrong. Like I've gotten like black flowers from flowers that people said that I couldn't get black flowers from, so like this is false. But yeah.
Right,
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll get it. Chris, is there any like projects or social media or anything like that you'd like to share?
No, I have nothing going on with this quarantine. I've just been dumping 200 plus hours into Animal Crossing.
Oh. No, well, I guess I'm in the same boat. I'm not working either at the moment, and I've been hanging out with you guys in Animal Crossing and writing articles here and there, but I haven't really been doing too much myself.
Yeah. Also, started Persona 5 Royal. I forgot to mention that, but I did get the collector edition Friday, and it was just like...
Nice.
I'm still salty that's not on Switch, but...
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just saving up for Final Fantasy VII. It's coming soon, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks really good. Alright, as far as episodes go, before this, there should have been the, music interview with Purple Shaw and Anime Vivi, and then there was also our Sighten episode with the guys of Retrograde Amnesia. As far as future episodes go, I know we want to do that Xeno Cafe episode sometime soon, but other than that, I don't think we have much on the docket. For future episodes.
We have too much time. We've done too many episodes recently, so now we gotta plan more.
we've done... This is our third week in a row with recording episodes, so I have 3 episodes to edit now, so I think we should probably take a little break until I can get some of this edited.
Take a breather. We got time. We have plenty of time.
Yeah, that's all we got right now is plenty of time. But thanks everyone for listening, and thanks to all you guys, especially Chris, for joining me tonight.
No problem.
Yeah, and definitely would love you to come back if.
Oh yeah,
episode.
Definitely. I'd be down.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again, Xenofam, for listening, and have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All right, take care.
My external appearance is down 5%. Shion, I need to be cleaned.